Wherever you go, wherever you are, Walton Webcasting is there. Streaming live the shows that you want to watch. And archiving the ones that you missed. Watch wherever, whenever. Walton Webcasting. Livestock like you've never seen before.
My name is Kevin Hagedorn. I'm a board member here at the Nueces County Junior Livestock Show. The board decided about a month ago to invite Walton Webcasting down to do our show. It has been a tremendous success. I highly recommend Walton Webcast for your county shows coming up.
It's Philip Gentry with the Georgia National Fairgrounds and Agri Center, and we'll talk a little bit about how awesome Walton was to work with this year on helping us get our show out to the world. First of all, I started with their staff. They were so helpful and hardworking and making sure that what we wanted to get seen was actually projected there on the computer, and we thought that was really important. Secondly, the product that they offer. If you have sponsors involved or anything like that, they're honored as well as the kids. And thirdly is just how accommodating they are. Anything we needed on the fly, Greg and Kyle and Rhonda and the whole team were just so willing to help us out.
This partnership's been going on for several years, and we're excited to continue into the future with this success. And I also think this is a great testament to our breeders and those folks that advertise on Walton Webcasting. What a great way to promote your business and promote your operations in a way that will get the most ultimate reach, and we're ecstatic to provide that service, and we're looking forward to more great events in the future.
The one thing this summer that has kept our industry alive and kept enthusiasm when all of us didn't know for sure what was going to happen. If we were ever going to get to show a pig this summer, they put together the virtual shows and allowed these kids and everybody to have a platform. They become a major staple in this industry to keep us going and keep our enthusiasm and let everybody see what we do and how well we do it and what this whole industry is all about. And it's these kids, getting them in the ring and getting them a chance to show. So again, I'd ask you now if you would please put your hands together for Walton Webcasting.
Certainly it was a pleasure to work with the Walton Webcast crew, and always a professional crew to work with. And more specifically, we got to work with them on a show pig shoot before two of our events there in Rensselaer. And I think without a doubt, it's opened our eyes and it's starting to open eyes of other breeders and other sale organizers to look at new and innovative ways that they can help promote, market, and inform their customer. And it certainly was a pleasure to work with Walton.
Wherever we go, these major sponsors go with us. Brad Howell Ford at bhiford.com. Sunglow Feeds at sunglowfeeds.com. First Farmers Bank and Trust at ffbt.com. Sooner and Exus Trailers at soonertrailers.com and exus.com. And Umbarger Show Feeds at umbargerandsons.com. Thank you to all of our major sponsors. They help drive what we do every day.
This is a Walton Webcasting production.
Livestock like you've never seen before.
It's time for the Swine Show at the Ohio State Fair. This is a Walton Webcasting production, livestock like you've never seen before.
Moving right into the Poland Chinas, and then ending the North Ring with the Tamworth Show. On the South Ring, we are starting with Spots, moving right into Herefords, and concluding the South Ring with Chester Whites. Just a reminder, all open show entries should be painted with your lot numbers that you were given at check-in. So if you do not have your open entries painted yet, please do so before you come to the ring.
Well, we'd like to welcome everyone here to the 2021 Ohio State Fair Open Spot Show. It's Casey Smith and Gus Mitchum here. We've got 4 classes of spot gilts to work through, and then 1 class of spot boars. So
it's a good morning for an open spot show.
Yeah, perfect weather. Got Terry Schaefer sorting them. So had a good junior show yesterday, and looking forward to a good open show and sale today. Sale start, I believe, at 2 o'clock, correct?
Correct. So those of you who might be interested in a spot female, you can easily call and bid online.
Class 1 here, we got 12 entries ranging in age from January 20th to February 21st. We'll do our best with getting numbers for you here. Some of the paint brands a little tough to read, but we'll do the best we can. Again, there's 12 entries in this first class, and we do have 4 classes of gilts. .433.11 was the last one that just came out. That was Darby Wellbaum Discovery on a noise complaint.
Over here in the South Ring, we would like to welcome our guest today, Terry Schaefer from Albany, Indiana. He's the owner at Schaefer Gold Rush.
Looks like that gilt's going to hit a pin, 433.11, the one we mentioned, and then also 414.11. It's going to go to a pin. That's Heidi Walls. It's a Sweet Dreams on a Zing Zang. Young man that just came in that's hitting a pin. Try to check the number on that one here. It's like 437.12. Dvorak family, painted black on a pistol. Looks like Terry's going to sort back a few of them. He wants to rework and then probably place them from there down as far as the rest of the class. Had a really good gilt elite female yesterday in the junior show from the Door family. Had a successful run with that one, and she was champion in spot gilt in the junior show yesterday, and doing something new this year. They'll be champion drive at the Coliseum there Saturday evening, so something pretty new and exciting for the Ohio State Fair, and that gilt will get a go down there Saturday and compete for the overall top 5. Again, we're on Class 1. There's a pretty big spread in this class, January 20th to February 21st. You have some different shapes and sizes in this one due to the variance in age range, but still quality.
This is the first call for those spot gilts in Class 2. Please make your way to the South Ring holding pens. First call, spot gilt in Class 2 to the South Ring.
Again, if you're interested in anything in the sale, I believe, is scheduled to start around 2 o'clock. So there's plenty of contacts up here that you can reach out to and bid on these individuals. So they will be offered up at 2 o'clock. Terry's kind of working again from the bottom up and rework the top end of this class. It's like 400-11's going 8. Norman Howland family, he's the one on the snowman. It's like 408-11 will be going 7. It's Brooke Hershey. Stimulus on a pistol. Can't catch the paint number on that one going in 6. Looks like we're going to rework the top 5 this particular class. 442-11 here is William Brown and family Discovery on a sound off. Gilt that just came out there again, 433-11. Darby Wellbaum will be a Discovery on a noise complaint. A more predominantly white gilt out in the ring. There's 440-11. Kenny family painted black on a snowman. 414-11 that just came out there again is a Sweet Dreams on a Zing Zang. And the last gilt to come out here, 437-12, Dvorak family painted black on a pistol. Like 442-11's going 5. 440-11's going 4. And a nice trio left here in the top end of this class.
First, your Gilts in Class 2, you should be in the north ring. Scott Gilts in Class 2, this is your second call. Second call, Scott Gilts, please make your way to the south ring holding pen.
Looks like 414-11 is going 3. Sweet Dreams on a Zing Zang. Heidi Walls leaves us with the top pair. Really good bone and foot size in this pair. Good body shape. Nice pair of them to lead off Class 1 here. Looks like that Dvorak family gilt's going to win the class. Painted black on a pistol, and we'll let Terry talk to you about them here.
Emily.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for allowing me to come here and judge here today. And, you know, I love the Ohio State Fair. I've been here several times over a long period of years, and definitely a premier place. Love the people on the inside. They always take care of you. Love the breeders here in Ohio. And we're starting this spot gilt class off here with 2 really good females. I started the class off with the gilt for me that rose to the top very well. The young man in the green shirt, she doesn't want to get out here and want to just get out in the middle of the ring and go. You might bring you know, maybe a little stouter driving stick here with you the next time out here. But guys, if you study this one, just natural length of body that this one has, a range of motion, come and going really, really square, a little more bone than anything else in the class. I think that top line just is really ideal. Great tail head coming out the backside of that root there. Just really a good feminine gilt, but yet enough ESTs to propel you a little farther on. The young lady's gilt out here in second doesn't quite have the length of stride nor the length of body that the gilt right above her did, but this is one big top, square hip type of a female that comes and leaves you with a tremendous amount of base width, gilt with an extra exceptional underlying vulva set as we study this one. Love the bone in this one here. We extend this one out through her neck and out through her side. Then she's very competitive with that first place gilt. Really a feminine gilt dropping out of the 3-hole here. Just didn't have the power that the 2 did up above her in terms of just that natural muscle shape from end to end, but a tremendous amount of length of body bone. Also just really agile on her feet and legs out here. You know, there's plenty of boars out here with a lot of product in them that one narrow fit. Changing types just a little here, really a white collared gilt out here that you really got to appreciate for the just overall center dimension this one carries. I just like to make that one just a notch taller shouldered, but love the length of body, the bigness of hip. Like to clean those hocks up, and if I could clean those hocks up, this one probably would have moved up at least one placing for me, but a big-legged, stout-made type of a robust of a female. Really love, again, length of body coming out here next. I just like to see this one just handle those hind legs just a tick better to move her up anymore, but love the hip and hind leg in terms of shape and design. Just fix that one in that ham loin where that junction is right there, and just a tick critical on that. But that one there, love the length of body, depth of body. Really a clean-made, good-throated type of a gilt coming out here. Just didn't quite have as much natural center body for me as I just need to drop that one there in its rear flank. But you know, you guys that's making these spot bears out here, this is one you kind of got to get your eyeballs on and fix that one in its ham loin there. But that's a barrow-making type of a female there. Just need to soften that up from end to end. Next gilt coming out here, love the design and look, the skin condition, I compliment those. Got that one looking really, really good. Simply fix that one off of those hind legs right there. Elevate it just ever so slightly. She has the length of body, the squareness of top and hip to propel the breed forward. The next hogs coming out, we can drop those out there. Really a nice set of, I mean, this was a deep set of spot gilts here. Simply comes down to some feet and legs, just range of motion on these gilts, but very, very, very nice set of spot gilts. Please put your hands together in appreciation for the breeders. An excellent job.
Again, a quick rundown of the top 4, what I caught there. 437-12 be your class winner, Dvorak family, painted black on a pistol. That's a February 13th gilt. Second went to 433-11, Darby Wellbaum, Discovery on a noise complaint. That gilt was a February 1st. Third, Heidi Walls, Sweet Dreams on a Zing Zang, February 21st. And fourth, 440-11, Clint Finian family, painted black Snowman, January 23rd gilt. Class 2 be coming in next. There's 9 gilts this particular class. Looks like they range in age from January 10th through January 18th. .404-11, Carly Reeves was out first. It's a Hard Knocks on a Scorpion.
7, 6, 9, 4, 2, 10, 11, 12, 8, 5, 3, 1.
Can't catch the number on that gilt. We'll get it. I guess she gets a little closer. Like 435-12 be next. Josh Wilton family, Like a Boss, Colonel, January 10th. They drove a nice set of them as well there in the junior show. Doing a great job there in the spot deal and bring a nice set of them to you today as well. The one next is another one. It's like 435-11. Jeff and Josh Wilton family again, Like a Boss, Colonel, January 14th. They're not litter mates. Or 35-11 is going to catch a pin there. 427.11 just came out. Kennedy Wolf, it's a forecast on a free and clear. 423.11 be Winzinger Family Show Pig. Zing Zang on a bailout. But the other Wilt Gilt's going to catch a pin. 429.11's coming out next. Landon Wolf, that's a forecast free and clear as well. Looks like the final gilt coming out, I believe, is 429.11. Should be Landon Wolf, a forecast free and clear. 404.11's catching a pin. Probably do the same here. Sort back 3 or 4 and then kind of place them bottom up. As far as the schedule goes today, we will work through the spot gilts and boars and then do the champion drives of each. Then on this particular ring, we'll go into the Hereford show and then conclude on this side with the Chester gilt and boar show.
This is the second call for those Berkshire gilts in class 3.
Like 429.11's going in. 9.
Berkshire gilts in class 3 to the north ring.
Schedule-wise, as we go through to session 2, we'll move in tomorrow. Then that'd be the crossbreds, Durocs, Hampshires, and Yorkshires and landrace. And they will show Friday and Saturday. Junior show Friday, open show Saturday, and sale as well. And then our bear show will follow that next week. Really glad to be back at the Ohio State Fair. Last year being a crazy year for everyone as well, and appreciate everybody that done everything and put it on last year at the Ohio Youth Expo and all that. But it is pretty awesome to be back at the State Fairgrounds. All right, Terry's going to rework the top end. Let's drive. Again, these gilts range in age from January 10th to January 18th. Again, 435.11 here. Wilt family, like a boss, Colonel. 435.12 is like a boss Colonel as well. Same pedigree, different litters. One's January 14th, one's January 10th. Like that mating worked out pretty good. Nice pair of gilts. Again, that gilt that's being a little fast for the young lady. 404.11's Carly Reeves, a hard knocks on a Scorpion. The young man that just went 4th. The 423.11 Winzinger Family Show Pig Zing Zang bailout leaves us with the top trio. Like 404.11's going 3. Hard Knocks Scorpion from Carly Reeves. And we'll let Terry talk to you on the top pair.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this second class of spot gilts here, we turned the heat up just a little. I started the class off with the power gilt, the big fat-legged one that the young man's driving out here in the center of the ring. I think she simply rose to the top in just terms of depth of body, squareness up over her top. I'd like to ever so slightly, that left front shoulder there, put a little more range of motion. She wants to be just a tick straight right there coming out of her blade. But that one's hip and hind leg is ideal. Really a good feminine look, but yet enough stout and power and bone to make those next generation gilts and boars and bears there. Congratulations for a very nice gilt. Really a stylish gilt in the second hole here. The elevation, range of motion, looseness of structure of that gilt there, I appreciate a tremendous amount. You get up over the top of this one, out over its loin edge there, and that gilt is really, really good. She simply didn't have enough bone coming or going to get around the young man's gilt there. But that one there is a female. Looks like going to be, well, both of them look like they're going to be very good brood sows. Congratulations to both of those. Next gilt coming out here. Love the length of neck, length of stride. She wanted to get just ever so easy, soft there in her top line from time to time. And I needed to put just a shot more bone in that one as well. But range of motion, looseness of structure, she falls into the 3-hole very, very well. Next gilt coming out here, a power hog, and if you're a breeder, you want to kind of take a step back and look at this one. Do I like the swelling in those hocks back there? No, I don't, but she does handle it fairly well. But if you study the foot size and the bone and the muscle shape that one's got right there, I think there's a breeding piece there. And as judging, I've got to put the top ones, in my opinion, from the top there, but that doesn't always mean that's the best breeding one that could offer the most. This is one, if I'm a spot breeder today, I'm going to be going back and I'm going to be looking at that gilt right there to add to my arsenal. I love the gilt coming out here in terms of her ability to grow and convert. She's a fleshy gilt out here. She didn't want to drive for this young lady. She's in heat right now. But just a nice, functional, practical hog. Again, really good hip and hind leg in this one. If this one's not in heat and she cooperates, I'm sure I can move that one up a placing or two out here. Young lady done the best she could. Long-bodied gilt coming out here next, just carrying a little more jowl for me in her throat to move up. We cleaned that one up in her neck right there. Maybe just level her out over her top line there just ever so slightly. But really a long-bodied, sound-made, functional brood sow type of a female. Very, very good spot gilt. Next gilt coming out here that the young man's got driving out here. I simply just needed to loosen this one up on her hind legs. Again, looks like she's in heat. That affects everything. Well-balanced gilt. Really good in terms of just top shape and center body. Just really struggled getting a good read on that one. She just didn't want to get out and go. And when they're in heat, they've probably been here 3-4 days and starting to roll into heat, and that just happens. The next two coming out here, very nice gilts in their own right in terms of feet and legs. We just need to put more muscle shape in the young lady's gilt. And then the gilt coming out last, I just need to elevate that one, put more bone. But put your hands together. Excellent class of spot gilts.
Again, a quick rundown of Class 2. Class winner, Jeff and Josh Wilton family, like a boss colonel. Second, 435.11, Jeff and Josh Wilt, like a boss colonel. Again, those are not litter mates, but a really nice pair of females. Third, Carly Reeves, Hard Knock Scorpion. Fourth, Winsinger Family Show Pig, Zing Zang Bailout. And fifth, Nora Lamb, Hostage on a Sound Off. We're on Class 3 now. Gilts, these gilts range in age from not a very big spread. Looks like January 2nd, January 8th, and there's 10 in this particular class. First gilt out will be Wade and Wade Smith. Shoot to Thrill, Saving Grace. 400-12 be Norman Howland family. That's a corn crib on the rise. Next gilt will be 406. 11, Kenneth Seaburn, Unstoppable Lampoon. Gilt coming out quick here will be Catcher number 400-13. Norman Howe and family corn crib on the rise. Young man coming out next. It's like 402-11. Dalton Haver, roadway bailout. Next gilt coming out. It's like 402-11's catching a pin. Should be the Barney family. That gilt's not painted, but that one will be Lampoon Lockjaw. It's like 412-11. Should be 402-11. Should be a roadway bailout. Young man that just came out, didn't catch his paint brand there. Try to do our best here, guys. Some of these getting a little tough to read. That should be Sidney Hawkins, a Royal Guard on a loudmouth. Pearson Odell, 410-11. Royal Guard loudmouth coming out next. Terry's got a couple of them pinned back. Try to catch that Gilts number coming back out. The one that just caught a pin, had a hard time catching him when he came in. Again, we're on class 3 of 4. Spot Gilts. And we got one class of spot Boars. Looks like the Hawkins gilt goes in. $400-12 went 9. It's a Howe family. Again, Terry Schaefer's sorting them for us today. Terry does a great job there in their family at Schaefer's Gold Rush. Give a lot of opportunities to people throughout the Boar Stud there and all the events they put on. Not the first time Terry's been here to sort stock, and appreciate him coming back. Like 438. 11's going in. Wade Smith shoot the thrill, saving grace. Going in 6, sorry. Six of them here to sort through on the top end. They kind of got off on the pin numbers a little bit. That gilt actually went 7th. It's like the Barney family gilt's going 6. Again, that was a Lampoon Lockjaw. Looks like that Pierce Odell entry went 5, 4-10, 11, Royal Guard, Loudmouth. 4-12, 11's going 4. Again, another nice trio here on the top end of the class. Stoutness of feature in these things. Good body shape, good shape and dimension in them, and it's just priorities in terms of balance and feet and legs. Sort this trio. Again, not a lot of numbers in the spot gilt show today, but really good quality on the top end of these. The same could be said about the junior gilt show we had yesterday. Brett and Todd Byers sorted through those for us and done a tremendous job. And I thought the top end of the spot deal was pretty good. .402, 11 went 3. We'll let Terry talk to you on the top pair.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, over here in the spot ring over here, again, as these gilts are getting a little more age and a little more maturity, you know, they just keep getting better. I started the class with the young man's long-bodied, big-legged gilt that's got really good range of motion. As you study her up front, from time to time, she'll take that, when he tries to crank that head too high, that left hind leg wants to tuck up underneath her there, and really that's what I needed to read. You know, when that guy, young man, let that gilt just get out and go, that one there pleases me very well. Really love the center body, love the underline of this one. I'd like to get down there in her throat and tighten that one up in terms of that jowl there to make those real trendy barras that we need to make. But brood sow all over this one. I think she starts the class for me very, very well. Rib shorter gilt coming out here in the second place hole, and definitely you guys making those barras. This one kind of fits that mold very, very well. I think really good. Love the center rib. You get up over the back of this one here, and you could daggone near land a helicopter on the back of that one. I'd like to fix her in those front pasterns there. Wants to get just a little soft, but brings just so much to the table in terms of soundness. Really a stout-made type of a female. Love the young man's gilt coming out here. Quite honestly, this one right here doesn't want to hit the ground as square as the two right up above, but I love the look and design that this one offers. Back shape, hip shape. Young man done a great job driving this one. Kept this one. I mean, this gilt is the best one. That one's out just cranking, moving. Puts them up, picks them down, really square, up over her top there. Just need to make that one hit the ground just a notch better. Big volume type of a female coming out here again. Pull in behind this one, guys. There's a lot of hip and hind leg there, a lot of center body. She just wasn't as clean down through her throat area, carrying just a little more cover and fat up over the center part of her rib there to go any higher. Guys, the next gilt coming out here doesn't have quite as much fluff as maybe the first four did, but just got to kind of step back and study this one here. This one puts a lot of positive things together. Probably the longest necked gilt in the class. Love the length of body on this one right here. Maybe just need to put a little more product in terms of muscle shape up over her back to run with the ones right up above her. Really a good breeding piece there. Reads brood sow from end to end. Here comes the problem of the class. Now you can stick her wherever you want to put her. I elected to put her in the 5 hole here. I'm going to tell you what. This one does intrigue me as a breeder. But I'm going to go negative first, and then I'll go the positive. Simply growth pattern. I'd like to see this one's growth curve just a little better. I'd like to see this one up on her, up off her dew claws, coming and going. So there's the negative. The positive is how many spot gilts have you seen that look like this? Tremendous amount of bone, tremendous amount of center of body and rib, really square jawline, tremendous in her top shape. I put her there in the 5-hole. Hope she goes into the sale. This one would be an interesting one. But as a judge, you just got to stay with your what gets you here. That's feet and legs, range of motion. Got to have some grow for me. Maybe not for some guys, but for me. But young man, I compliment you. You got the different one of the bunch. The next one coming out here, more traditional as we look at this. Big back, stout made, good length of body. This one here, just not as genuine in terms of as much base down low as we have up high. But guys, this one here, again, big top, big hip. Very, very nice job. We can drop the rest of those out as we come out here. Just need to work on feet and legs here on those hind legs, which the spot breed struggles with. But big back, good growing type of hogs. My hat's off to everyone. Please put your hands together for an excellent class of spot gilts.
Quick rundown there, Class 3. Again, class winner, Dalton Haver, 402.11. That was a correction on my end. 402.11 be your class winner. Roadway Bailout, second. Went to Kenneth Seaburn, Unstoppable Lampoon, 406.11. Third, Dvorak Family, 437.11. A Riot on a Big Mouth. Fourth, Emma Lewis, Revolver, City Slicker. And fifth, Pearson Odell, Royal Guard Loudmouth. The sixth place gilt there was Nolan Barney, Lampoon Lockjaw. And seventh, Wade Smith, Shoot the Thrill, Saving Grace. Again, now we're on Class 4. 11 head in this particular class, be the final class of spot gilts. Looks like we got a pretty big spread here, January 1 to December 5th. First one out, 407.11, Marissa Engelman, Hard Knocks, Miss May. Second one, be 422.11, Taylor Henson. That's a Not Tonight, Like a Boss. Third one out would be 416.11, I believe. Sweet Dreams Iceman, Schlosser Family. And the other one's the other Schlosser entry. Same pedigree, the litter mates, 416-12, Sweet Dreams Iceman. Next out, Noah Sponsel, 412.11. He's the one, Loudmouth. This gilt was third in class to the Grand and Reserve gilts yesterday in the junior show. Definitely has some unique pieces there to offer as well. Really heavy structured, huge centered, one that's stout and kind of different in some areas. Looks like 417.11 is going to catch a pin. That's Marissa Engelman. $423.12, I believe. Winsinger Family, Stimulus Mouth Off. Should be Miley Caldwell, 430-11, Lights Off, Honor Guard. Always does a good job driving them. 407.12, Caitlin Hall, that's a Stimulus Mic Drop. 413.11 coming out. I have that on my sheet, so I must be reading it wrong. 418.11. The Carson Klingel Hard Knocks Zing Zang. 439.11 is coming out next. Kinsey Hancock, that's a double down, Dream Big. And the final gilt in this class should be Derek and Kayla Barker and family. Shoot the Thrill, El Reno. Gilts of December 5th will be the oldest one in the class here. They always do a nice job of getting them presented and drove as well. Again, this is the last class of spot females. If you're interested again in any of these that you've seen today, the sale will begin at about 2 o'clock. Make sure you contact somebody here at the fair, and we'll have a nice auction. Kevin will be auctioneering and have a nice sale. Looks like we got 4 sorted back. Again, we'll work them bottom up.
This is the first call for those first and second place Gilts.
The north side over there, they're working through the Berkshires now, and then I believe Tamworth, and then Berkshire, Tamworth, and then Poland's will be final on the other side. Jason Correa sorting them, so. It's like 423 12s catching a pin. Winzinger Family Show Pigs will go 9. Slosser Family's going in 8. That's a Sweet Dreams Iceman. Looks like we're going to rework top 6 in this class again. Interesting to see all these back out together here in the top end of this class. Again, having the age spread we do have different sizes, shapes, and all kinds, but definitely quality here in the top end. It'll be interesting to see all them class winners come back out. I think we'll have a really nice champion drive on the spot female side. Like the sponsor Gilts going in 6. Again, that Gilt, he's the one loudmouth. Again, we got 5 here on the top end of the last class at different parts and pieces, different types in terms of skin and hair, and you got quality. Like that Slosser Family Gilt's going 5. Sweet Dreams Iceman. Caldwell Gilt will go 4. It's a lights off honor guard. Yeah, they'll get them flip-flop there. Leaves us with the top trio here. Barker Gilt to go 3. 4:36.11, Shoot the Thrill, El Reno. Leaves us with a top pair here, 4:17.11, Marissa Engelman, Hard Knocks, Miss May, and a 4:22.11, Taylor Henson, Not Tonight, Like a Boss. We'll let Terry talk to you here on the top pair.
Ladies and gentlemen, over here in the spot side over here, I will just say this. This is probably the most different set of females as we go down to trying to put consistency together. I just threw it out the window. Compliment all the breeders. This is a very, very solid set of females, not necessarily one gilt just jumps to the top and commands it. It's kind of a work in progress out here. You know, there's things you want to change about each one of them out here. Just a really, really solid set of females. I'm going to start with the gilt. It's right down here, the 422 gilt. Granted, she doesn't have the skin condition and the wow factor of hitting the show ring that some of them does, but for me, this is the big back, square hipped one, excellent underline, tremendous range of motion, not quite as much bone as some of them down below her, but boy, when you get in behind this one, that one hits the ground square, still up on her toes, good enough. I'd like to maybe that right one, pull it up ever so slightly, but I think that one there for me raises to the top. Love the big fat-legged one here, and the young lady compliment her. I mean, this gilt's got a set of running gears in her. She can go all day long. Come down to me as I just need to pull those front pasterns up. She wants to hit the ground just a little in. Those hocks want to push the limit there, but still, they're still inside of her, but just barely. But two really, really good females right there. Wouldn't argue with anybody where you go. To me, the problem gilt is the gilt coming out here. I mean, this gilt refuses. I don't know what's up with her tail. That thing doesn't want to curl, which makes her look you kind of got to study it. I really like the bone in the hip of this one going away, but coming at me, I'd like to make that front foot just bigger, stouten her in her blade to match the hip and hind leg. But this is the big frame, square back, long-bodied one out here. And guys, there's plenty of spot boars out here that have got plenty of power. You know, if you're tired of dragging those sows out of the farrowing crate, you want some frame, you want some length of body to get some mothering ability. Right there she is sitting in the 3-hole. Power hog coming out here. When this one dropped out, I thought, okay, this one here is the different one of the class. Quite honestly, I love this gilt. If you can tolerate those front pastures, not only do they go down, they want to come in. But boy, when you pull in behind the back side of this one, hip and hind legs as good as any gilt in the class. She just wants to get a little easy right behind her blade, going into the front part of her loin, fix those front pastures. I definitely moved that one up. I would check that one out, sale time. Really long-bodied, tall-shouldered type of a gilt right here. I mean, feet and legs and length of stride on this one here is very, very good. She doesn't have as much natural muscle shape as some of them, and I'd like to get into her jowl, that jawline there, and clean that up. Functional, practical, no holes. Absolutely no holes in that gilt right there. Great job to the family that put that one together. Big, thick, stout one coming out here, guys. I mean, this is the big-legged, heavy muscle one right here. Simply why I put her where she was at. I needed to make your gilt just longer-necked. I need to level her out just so slightly out over her tail head. But big engine in this one, big bone. And before you go criticizing this gilt that she's got too much cover, go home, try to make one that looks like that. There is another breeding piece. And again, that's my job here today, is line them up the way I see them, but I also want to give you my opinion on those ones that are down the line that are breeding pieces, and that is definitely one of them. Beautiful gilt, beautiful presentation coming out here. These two here obviously have spent a little time together, either in the yard at home or in other show rings. You know, love the look and design of this one here. I just need to pull her apart, coming and going, put a little more product up high. But boy, beautiful. Again, a lot like the gilt right above her, just not as much product. Next gilt coming out, more the same. Love the depth of body. Love the little showman, maybe better than anything here, but really nice, functional, good underlying, practical gilt. We can let the rest of these out. This was a deep classic gilt. If you're hunting a spot gilt, any of these gilts out here can be really, really good, good females for you. The 418 gilt that we put down at the bottom, guys, if that one right there levels out over her back, doesn't break behind her loin edge, that one's not at that end of the class. She's up here at this end. Congratulations to all. Please put your hands together. Job well done.
This is the first call for those first and second place Berkshire Gilts. Please make your way to the north ring holding pins.
You're looking for more belly, rib shape, and a softer, smoother, fuller appearing show pig. Smooth has got to be in your feed room. Sunglow Smooth. It's unlike anything we've ever created.
Quick rundown there. Class 4, class winner again, Taylor Henson, Not Tonight, Like a Boss. Second, Marissa Engelman, Hard Knocks, Miss May. Third, Derek and Caleb Barker and family, Shoot the Thrill, El Reno. Fourth, Miley Caldwell, Lights Off, Honor Guard. Fifth, Austin Slosser and family, Sweet Dreams, Iceman. Sixth, Noah Sponsel, He's the One, Loudmouth. And seventh, Kinsey Hancock, Double Down, Dream Big. Looks like we're going to go ahead and work through the champion gilt drive before we work into that boar class. Go ahead and pick the champion spot female here at the 2021 Ohio State Fair Open Show. I think we'll have a nice set of them out here as they come back in.
Sired by Painted Black, back on pistol, farrowed February the 13th. Second in the class went to Darby Wellbaum. Coming out of class number 2, first place went to Jeff and Josh Wilt families. Gilt sired by Like a Boss, back on Colonel, sired January the 10th. Second in the class also went to Jeff and Josh Wilt. Coming out of class number 3, first place went to Dalton Havener. Gilt sired by Roadway, back on Bailout, farrowed January the 3rd. Second in the class went to Kenna Seaburn. And coming out of class number 4, first place went to Taylor Henson. Gilt sired by Not Tonight, back on Like a Boss, farrowed January 1st. Second in that class went to Marissa Engelman. Let's congratulate all of our spot gilt exhibitors.
Yeah, and got a really good set of them out here for the champion spot gilt deal. Like we said, not a ton of numbers today, but definitely quality here. Females that just look like not only show gilts, but ones that'll go home and perform for you in the crate. Good bone and flexibility in these, and still have good body shape and spread up high and get out and go and present, with a good enough look from the side. Several different ways Terry can go here, but I think we got 4 of them that are pretty nice, pretty solid here on the top end of the spot show. Gilt Terry study in there. I think that one fought the young man a little bit in the junior show yesterday as well, if I remember right.
Kind of animal. I thought maybe compared to one that goes right ahead of her, you get just a shot for more
Like Terry's got his mind made up here on the champion of this end. We'll let Jason finish on the comments on the Berkshire side, and Terry will get you a champion here on the spot side.
Sunglow Coast is the lowest protein, lowest lysine option in the Sunglow Show Pig lineup. Perfect for when muscle starts to outgrow skeleton and you're in need of slowing down their growth pattern without losing all of their muscle shape. If you've got one that's out of bounds, get them back into play with Coast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for these four youngsters out here driving for champion spot gilt here at the Ohio State Fair. You know, we've got four really nice functional females out here, and yet a lot of differences. And I think for a breed to go forward, we have to have differences not only genetically, but phenotypically as well. I'm not going to break down all four of them. It's going to get hot today. We'll keep things going. My hat's off to each and every one of you. Simply, there's one that is just different than the rest in terms of bone, length of body, elevation at the point of the shoulder. I think she's going to be a tremendous brood sow. 402 Gilts going to be your grand champion gilt here today.
Congratulations to Dalton Haver with your grand champion spot gilt. We'll need the second place out of class 3 exhibited by Kenna Seaburn. Gilt sired by Unstoppable back on Lapoon, Farrowed January 8th.
Congratulations to them and their family. Again, that gilt is a roadway bailout January 3rd. Again, congrats to them. I failed to mention, I guess, our sponsors for today's show, probably on your screens, Corb Farms and Kalmbach Feeds. Here's Terry with Reserve.
Bring this second place gilt out here, and she is the big back stout made one, and you know, you just judge her for her length of body and length of neck, and you determine where you want to go with that. But that one there offers a tremendous amount. I think for me, though, it boils down there's one that's different. And if this one would have given us a drive where you could truly analyze this one here and just, I think it's a true breeding piece. I think this one's unique in its look and design and bone for its age. Just didn't want to come out today and get it done. But to me, the second best one here today will be the young man in the green shirt out here.
Congratulations to the Dvorak family, Reserve Grand Champion spot gilt. We'll now need those spot boars to make their way to the South Ring holding pens. First call, spot boars in class 1, to the south ring.
Congrats there to the reserve gilt. Again, Dvorak family. That gilt was a painted black on a pistol, born February 13th. Like we said, Corb Farms and Kalmbach Feeds, appreciate them helping out today, and appreciate Walton and their whole crew for, as many of them have mentioned, you know, this past year was pretty challenging, and it was great in order to have an ability to be able to do online shows and all that, and all that they do traveling around. Catch myself in the truck or in the office all the time watching shows, and never thought I'd watch dairy goats or horse shows or anything like that, but from time to time that happens. So appreciate all they do traveling around and bringing us the opportunity to watch these events and do the things we do, get everything marketed a little better, and it's a great opportunity. Again, we got one class of spot boars, 7 head it looks like. Pretty big spread on age. Be December 5th to January 10th as they're working those up here. Again, our schedule on this side, once we get through the spotted show, we'll go into the Herefords and then the Chesters. Again, on the other side, they'll be going Berkshire, Tamworth, Poland. So, no, we've said it, but at 2 o'clock will be the sale. So if you're interested in anything you've seen online or will see from here on out, make sure you contact somebody here, and we will be glad to help you out. Starting to slowly get some of these up here. We'll get working through, again, the spot boar class. Looking ahead a little bit, Hereford side, do have good numbers on the Hereford side coming up after the spots here. I believe we have 48 head of gilts and 7 head of boars. So. Chester side will have 2 classes of gilts and 1 class of boars, so kind of set the stage a little bit for you there. Just missing one, so we should be starting here pretty shortly. Notice around ringside we also have several other sponsors and people that have helped contribute to the state fair, and certainly appreciate all of them as well, putting their time and effort into this and making it possible for the junior show and the open shows as well, and definitely couldn't do it without all the sponsorship and opportunities that they give everybody. Looks like our last one's working his way up here, so we're going to go ahead and get started here with the class of spot boars. Catch the paint number on the one that just came out. We'll get that one for you. Slosser family be coming out next. Should be 4:15-1 to be the second one out. Sweet Dreams Iceman, January 1st. The next one that just came in pretty hot there. Catch that one for you too. But Terry's going to do the safe thing and stash a few of these away and resort them. Looks like 403-1's coming out next. Tyra Moyer, that's a lights off mic drop. January 24th boar.
Congratulations to Kenley Walter, Reserve Grand Champion, Berkshire Gilts. We're now ready for Class 1 Berkshire Boars. Please make your way.
I believe 423-2 net will be coming next. Winzinger Family Show Pigs. That's a stimulus mic drop. $442-1, William Brown and Family Time Saver Renaissance. That's a February 8th. That'll be the youngest boar. There's actually a couple on the previous sheet that I didn't get, so we actually have a little more age spread in this one, going from February 8th to December 5th, so pretty big spread there. Last one out be Barker Family Farms, Derek and Kayla Barker, 436-1, Shoot to Thrill on an El Reno. I believe that was a litter mate to the gilt they had out here in the last class of females. Terry's going to work through the bottom end of these and get them lined up, and then we'll get the top end of those boars back out. Again, I apologize on some of these. The paint brand on these, or some of them are pretty hard to read. We'll do our best. That's 423-2 again that came out first. Winzinger Family Show Pigs. And it just came out their other entry, 423-1. Throw down on a born January 10th. 422-1 here in the center of the rings. Taylor Henson, Not Tonight Like a Boss. These things are getting pretty fired up, so doing the right thing and sorting them through and bringing them out a few at a time. All right, Brown family entry just came out with the pins there. Time Saver Renaissance, again, that was a February 8th. He'd be the youngest one in the drive. So it's like the Henson boar's going in next there. And the brown boar went 6. I believe we're going to rework the top 4 here. Boar here, young ladies, driving's 4-3-11 again. Lights off, mic drop. Boars of January 24th. Slosser Family Farms be the other entry out there. Ladies Gilts got a big square back in him and plenty of shape going away. Slosser Boars going in, looks like 4. Some of these things are getting pretty aggressive, which is good to see in a boar show. See how many barn boys it takes to get this one out of the corner. Got him. Good job, fellas. All right. Looks like 423 won. Winzinger Family Show Pigs. Again, that one's a throwdown. January 10th.
This is the first call for the Hereford Boars in Class 2. Please make your way to the North Ring holding pen. First call, Hereford Boars in Class 2 to the North Ring.
Looks like Terry's going to shuffle a few of these back around, so once we get stuff lined up, we'll get them to you. Again, this is the only class of spot boards we have today. Brown family entries coming back out. Time Saver Renaissance Boar, February 8th. Boar coming out here, again, is the Barker Family Farm entry. That's a shoot to throw El Reno. It's a December 5th boar. Really big chest in that one, good blade in him, big square top. They always bring a nice set of them. Derek's rocking the mullet look. It seems to be the in thing nowadays. My kids have wanted to get that, and we just haven't went that far yet. But I appreciate it. Slosser Family Farms. Again, that boar's a Sweet Dreams Iceman. Looks like he's going back in. This guy coming out here, he's realizing his purpose. 422-1, not tonight like a boss. That boar's a January 1st. Taylor Henson. Again, 4:03.11. Bringing that board back out. Tyra Moyer, lights off, mic drop, January 24th boar. Looks like he's going back in 3, and that Henson board be 4. Terry's got her figured out, and we'll let him talk to you once Jason finishes up on the other side. Get you a champion and reserve spot board.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, over here on the spot side, I tell you, first of all, I want to take my hat off to all the breeders here. This is a really good set of spot boars out here. I want to compliment you guys all one thing. You all let them be boars. No matrix in these boars, okay? These boars are raring and ready to go. And I know that there's guys that's looking for boars to take home to natural breed, heat check, whatever. Boar studs here looking. We've got something to fill every package. So my hat's off to each and every one of you guys in this class. With that said, we've got one out here that commands a lot of attention. I would tell you, you've got a unique one out here. This is your champion spot boar here today, and I'm just going to tell you, he's a good one. And he's a real good one. He's tall-shouldered, he's long-bodied, he's wide-based, he's squaring his knee. Get in behind him. Would you like him to track just a little different up those hind legs? Absolutely. Go to home and try to make one that's perfect is what I'm going to tell you. This one's looking designed. He is not perfect in, like I say, in that in those rear two, but pretty daggone good. This one's back shape and hip shape. Just lays it together. I don't know if there's a front 2/3 of one that I've seen in a long time that is as good as this one, and he's not in a small package. He's got big toes. He's got a big root coming up out of his tail head. He's square in his jawline. He's deep in his body. I don't really need to speak much about him. If you can't see him, then jump in here, and this young man will show you. My hat's off. It's hard to make him that good. Job well done. It's an honor to judge one that looks like that. Coming out here will be your reserve boar, and a good one he is. This guy's just fired up. Love the elevation, love the length of neck, length of side. This guy's range of motion is so good. He doesn't need to take very many steps, and he crosses the ring. Huge up in his top side of his blade, carries it all the way out through his hip and hind leg. That guy's busted open from stifle to stifle. He just simply, in comparison to the other boar there, just missed a couple terms of just raw power compared to the other one have. But guys, many a hog shows, I'd love for one like this to step out. This guy here is a tremendous boar to fall into the reserve place. Really unique one coming out here, and quite honestly, this one's look and design from the side profile is tremendous. I just need to get up on top of him and in behind him and just put a notch more muscle shape in him from end to end, but problem-free, big-legged, sound-made. Go back and check this guy out. sale time. I mean, this guy is worthy. He's probably resembles the champion boar as far as the boldness of blade that one has. Love the thickness and stoutness. I tell you what, we've got a meat hog coming out here next, and this guy's fired up and ready to go. He's not as tall-shouldered as the three up in front, but nobody in the class has as much muscle up over his loin edge and out over his hip that this one does, and he can handle it. No excuses on feet and legs. Really good boar. Again, congratulations to the breeder of that one. The youngest boar in the class comes out next here, and this gentleman's got him a really unique boar. You know, you'd like to see this one go ahead and get another 30, 45 days on him and mature. Where I got a little critical of him is when I pull in behind him, he wanted to hit the ground just a little narrower in his base than he did up high. But guys, I'll tell you, this is one that could develop into a really, really high-end boar. Boar that you got to appreciate his length of body and tremendous amount of ham laid into that one. Another really good boar out here coming. This guy simply wanted to fight and whip everything here. Doesn't look like he's ate or drank much here. I'm sure at home he had that great big center belly in him. But today he just looked a little drier in his rib and wanted to just not get out and show. But that one's hip and hind leg is really good. Big, fast-growing, meat type of a boar here. And you just need to clean him up in his sheath and just put notch more elevation in that one there. But a really good boar to round out this class. Please put your hands together in appreciation for a job well done.
Again, the champion spot boar today, Derek and Kayla Barker and family. That's a Shoot to Thrill El Reno, December 5th boar. Really nice boar there to be champion. Reserve, Mark Schlosser and family, Sweet Dreams Iceman, January 1st boar. So we will move on into the Hereford show. And again, we've got, looks like four Hereford gilt classes today and one class of boars. So looking forward to that. Had a nice junior show yesterday, and looking forward to a good set of Herefords to come in here in Class 1. And we'll be back with you here shortly.
Looking for an economical option for grinding your own sow feed? Check out Sunglow's Sow Base. With an 80-pound per ton inclusion, Sunglow's Sow Base allows you to use your own commodities and feed grinder to make your own, while supporting production in gestation and lactation due to premium ingredients from Sunglow.
All right, welcome back here again. This is Casey Smith. Ryan Michaels joining me now, so you don't have to hear only me. We've got 4 classes of Hereford Gilts. Class 1 here looks like age spread is going to be February 6th to March 14th, and we'll do our best to get paint brands T in red as they enter here. 520-11 Dvorak family big rig Rumble, I believe, came out first. Second one has no paint brand.
I don't see a paint brand on that one either. Overstake looks like they're coming next. That was paint brand 50411, strong arm on a War Cry. That's a March 14th gilt.
I believe that's another Overstake gilt that Dane Wilt is in the sulky on there, probably helping out.
It's
probably a litter mate.
That one is the 50412.
Not a litter mate. Okay, that's a strong arm refresh, February 27th.
And then this one's got the number on the top.
Yeah, I've seen several of those. We may have to have some paint branding, like school 101
classes. Yeah, it's hard to. Doesn't do much good if it's on the top. That one got a pen. Maybe 511.
51111.
Hayden Sharp. That's a strong arm Whiskey Wild, born February 6th. Goes into pen number 1.
A few of them feeling frisky here.
Yeah, that's one.
Does feel good for as warm as it's going to be outside. It feels very good in here.
Got the fans going. Air's moving pretty well through here. I had heard the Hereford show was pretty good yesterday in the junior show. Watched it a little bit online.
Yeah, had a really nice set of them and had 6 classes, I believe, so the numbers were good and quality thought was really good and ran deep in all the classes. So it's kind of one of them breeds that just keeps gaining momentum, it seems like, and no matter what show you go to, numbers-wise and yet quality still good on the top end.
Connor Brunk came in while we were talking. That's a no one asked on a shock and awe. Aired on March 3rd. And that would be shown by Allie Brunk.
514-12. Just caught a pin as well. Malia Quisenberry, that's a Rum Runner Gravedigger, February 6th gilt.
Quisenberry's did a good job paint branding that one, I would say. Probably the paint brand champion so far.
Yes. Again, we got 4 classes of gilts, 1 class of boars to work through, so 520-11 just caught a pin.
Got along real well.
Again, that's the Dvorak family. That's a big rig, Rumble. Terry's going to start working some now, bottom up, like we did in the spot show, and then probably rework the top 3 or 4 of these. Yeah, congrats to you. You got a scholarship down at Louisville.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Got a couple scholarships opportunities. So that was really. I was kind of caught off guard by the one. I had no idea I was getting it. I just happened to be standing there watching the Yorkshire show, and they called my name, so I walked in. But that was
well
cool.
deserved. Congrats. That's really cool. That Brunk gilt was a no one asked shock and all. You may have said that. I don't remember that. 527-12 in the middle of the ring. For the Hereford enthusiasts out there and Tamworth, the Hereford and Tam National Show and Sale in Tipton, Indiana, that thing keeps gaining momentum every year. It seems like this year it will be the 28th and 29th of August. I do believe that entries are, for the Hereford side at least, I believe need to be in for the junior show Friday night this time instead of Saturday morning. So that's a great event, have a junior show that just keeps growing with showmanship there, and then have the open show and sale on Sunday. And it's just one of them things that kind of started out. We've done that in Wilmington a couple times when it first started, and I think every year it just continues to grow and gain momentum, and really a great opportunity if you're looking for females, boars, either way, to purchase them things and still get them bred, timely. It's a great event.
If you have never been to the National Hereford Show, I strongly suggest it. Quality is really good. It's a fun event for the junior gilts. If you have a gilt, maybe you're taking to the state fair, and you still have her and want to maybe merchandise her through the open show and sale, that's a great place. And if you're looking just to add really good genetics, you can get some good buys through that show and sale.
Like we said, I think we're going to work through the top. It's like 4 or 5 of these maybe, and Terry will rework.
I think they're going to leave the Brunk gilt out, and whoever is there on the far side.
That's the other overstate gilt, I believe, that Dane Wilt's driving for him, kind of helping out. Be the Dash 12.
That was the Dash 11 just got 6th.
Yeah, so the Dash 12 will be the one Dane's driving. Looks like the Brunk gilt's going 5. And the top 3 back out here.
This was the 5-11-11 Hayden Sharp, Strong Arm Whiskey Wild.
It's a pretty big back in that one.
That one is.
5-14-12 Quisenberry gilt here. Again, was a Rum Runner Grave Digger. Sure she was shown in the junior show, but I cannot remember how that gilt done yesterday.
Well, I would assume they probably had a few of them.
Yep. Always drive a nice set of gilts.
$520-11 was the Dvorak. I don't know how you say that exactly. Dvorak family, big rig, rumble.
Looks like they're going 4.
That one's going to be 4.
And I believe that overstake gilt's going 3. 5-04-12.
Leaves the Quisenberry gilt and Hayden Sharp.
Nice top pair, kind of difference in terms of priorities either way you want to go.
Don't necessarily look alike, but that's all right.
Yep. Hereford gilts there at Springfield were really good on the top end as well, and I think most of them sold really well as well.
Oh my God, that was a great sale. Obviously, the champion gilt was is the new world record seller, but there was gilts all the way down the line that were bringing anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000, and that was a tremendous sale. Quisenberry was 2nd, and Hayden Sharp is going to win the class.
We'll let Terry talk him.
Well, Hereford enthusiast, really a beautiful set of females, very young set of gilts out here, and I elected to start this class in a very close placing with the young man's gilt out here. Just in terms of just growth pattern and center body and just upper third mass, carrying it to the ground. Would you like to fix her on those front 2 pasterns? Wouldn't argue with anybody. Clean her up in her throat. That all comes hand in hand. I just felt there was more center body here. I felt she had a notch more bone than the second place gilt out here. But I think this gilt here just offers so much. And in the Hereford hogs is keeping them thick and keeping them stout, yet mobile. This one's range of motion is really, really good, and just a very well presented female. Love the look and design and elevation of the young ladies gilt out here. I mean, this one here, is extremely stylish and well presented. I'd like to just lengthen her in her neck from her blade forward there, which Also goes with, I'd like to see her just a little better in her angles there, in her shoulder there, and that is all tied in together. But far as design, elevation, true breeding value, not quite as much bone as the gilt right up above her. Two contrary type gilts, and I like both of them very, very well. My third place gilt coming out here, big power type of a gilt. When she comes at you here, she too is just carrying a little more cover for her age up over her top shape and down through the lower third of her jawbone. But boy, you talk about a sound, functional, practical, brood sow appearing type of a gilt right there coming out of the 3-hole that you've really got to like. Our gilt in fourth here, she would be a lot like that second place gilt in terms of her side profile, elevation, not as much bone as the 3 up in front of her. Her maturity curve is obviously a later pattern type of a gilt out here, but really appreciate this gilt side profile. Just need to put more bone, a little more product in the lower third of that gilt as she goes. Another big stout made Hereford female out here. Big backed ones, got some muscle in her. She's just not quite as coordinated off of those hind legs as the gilts right up above her. But I love the depth of body, love the stoutness of feature. Good job, young lady. Next gilt coming out here, another really good Hereford gilt. Again, we're very, very young, and the maturity pattern on some of these is going to be a little later down the road. This is one that will only get better every day of her life. I just needed to pull her apart underneath to move her up. But that one's depth of body, look, and profile, feet and legs, bodes well for that gilt's future. One of the smaller stature and frame gilts coming out here in this particular class, and if I could have made this one just a notch taller, I probably would have moved this one up. This one's got one of the better hip and hind legs of any gilt in the class out here. For me, though, she wanted to come in on her knee coming at me, and I just need to elevate her. But a gilt, again, it's going to have a nice future. We can drop out the rest of these gilts here. This was a good set of Hereford females out here. Guys, these are gilts that'll go home, got brood sow all over them. Congratulations. Please put your hands together for each of these Hereford exhibitors.
Again, results of Class 1 real quick. We'll run through the top 5. 5th, Connor Brunk, No One Asked, Shock and All. 4th, Dvorak family, Big Rig, Rumble. 3rd, Overstake family, Show Pigs, Strong Arm, Refresh. 2nd, Malia Quisenberry, Rum Runner, Gravedigger, and the class winner was Hayden Sharp, Strong Arm on a Whiskey Wild.
Good way to get started with the Herefords, class number 1. There are 10 gilts in class number 2. Age range from February 4th, being the youngest, to January 23rd is the oldest in this class.
Yeah, the other neat thing we kind of mentioned, so the Champion Reserve and the Junior Show yesterday, we typically would have a Session 1 and Session 2 Grand Drive. This year we're doing a Grand Drive in the Coliseum, kind of somewhat similar to what Indiana does. So those gilts will come back Saturday and get the drive over there in the Coliseum, which is pretty cool. 50611's the first one out. William Jones, Transformer all day. That's a boar that's kind of heard from a little bit this summer.
Transformer, yeah, I think he's done pretty good. I think he sired champion gilts maybe about all of the summer shows.
Yeah, he's done a good job. 528. Is that 528.12?
Yes.
Anchor Stronghold. Says Allison Brunk, but that's definitely not her driving it.
No. There is, there's another Brunk gilt in this class. I wonder.
Okay. Doubled up. No paint brand on this one. Process of elimination. When we get to that point, we'll figure it out.
I'm thinking it might be this Hendricks preferred stock, but I'm not so sure.
It's like the one that just came out. It's 50511. Whipple family Burks, Transformer, Anchor.
The Transformer gilt.
Leah Quisenberry will be coming next. We'll see which one that is. We got 2 in this class as well, it looks like.
This is a second call for those Poland Chinese exhibitors in class
514.
I haven't seen that.
Doesn't help us. 11. Rum Runner, Gravedigger, January 24th gilt. Like the Whipple gilt's catching a pin. The other Quisenberry gilt just came out 5/14/13. That's a Hercules Rum Runner. $507.11, Nathan Jones, another transformer on an all day. Paralitter mates in the class there.
Quisenberry 5/14/13 gilt caught a pen.
I didn't catch that one.
I didn't either. 506.11. That is William Jones, transformer all day.
Their dime gilt just came out 5/16/11. Adrian O'Dime, that's a frat boy, no one asked. That's a little Elias girl showing Brunklin. I figured that out.
Other Quisenberry entry is going to go into pen number 3.
And gilt with no paint branders.
It's going to go into 10th. I believe that is the Hendricks preferred stock. It's a new era on a time. And I believe I misspoke on the one gilt. That's a 500-11 Dalton Haver strong arm junction box. It's the young man in the blue checkered shirt out there.
Yesterday, I thought in the junior show, not only quality-wise was good, but just in terms of markings, breed character, all that kind of thing. I mean, some seemed really good. And again, it's kind of holding true today. I mean, things are holding pretty good today as well.
Absolutely. I think most of these in this class are, almost all of them are really good marked, which is it's a problem. It's a struggle sometimes in this breed to get them consistently marked the way you'd like them.
Well, they do have the best mark competition there at the national show.
Yes. I think that gets to sell third in the sale.
Yeah, banner, sell third. So looks like the Brunk gilt just went in 6.
And O'Dime gonna be 5th.
Yep. It's a frat boy, no one asked.
Gonna drop 3 out of the pens here and leave the 500-11 gilt out. 2 Quisenberry gilts and Whipple family Burks.
Yeah, he might be double showing if he's got Burks over there.
I know.
Whipple gilt, we probably already told you, but that's a transformer anchor.
Good class here, especially on the top end.
Yep, definitely got a nice set here. Again, some different parts and pieces, but no matter what you're trying to do in your program, it seems like these classes yesterday and today as well, there's going to be different parts and pieces for everyone, whichever way you're trying to head in terms of direction of your program. So there'll be definitely opportunities here come at 2 o'clock for the sale. We don't know exactly how many they're pulling out of each class. I think typically first and second go through the sale, but
out of some of these classes, I would kind of hope they'd go maybe 3, 4. Yeah.
Yep.
And if you're interested in something in the sale, get a hold of somebody that's out here. I know they'd probably be happy to bid on the phone or anything like that. You can get some really good genetics through this sale. And I tell people all the time, Ohio is probably the best place to buy, because I don't think usually you have to spend as much, but the quality is extremely good.
Very true. Fourth was fourth and third. Quisenberry, the dash
11
went
was
fourth. Rum Runner Gilt, dash 13 went 3. Hercules Rum Runner, just with the top pair here. And man's pretty excited. That's pretty neat.
I think he's going with the wrong pig now.
Yeah, I think so too.
He is having fun. That's what it's about.
All right, Terry's going to talk to us on the top pair here in this class.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, over here on the Hereford side, I compliment the breeders putting these together. And I'm just going to shoot you straight. I love this breed. I don't know how you got hooked in it, but once you get one, you know, you just get. I kind of probably blame Don Gear for getting this started, I think, and then you just fall in love with them, and so. You know, we've got contrasting types, and as I talked in the spot show, we don't need them all looking alike. We don't need them all to be the same genetically. We need them coming from many different breeders, and diversity in the breed is a positive. There may be meat quality people out here selling that product, show pig people, people selling breeding stock, and my philosophy is everyone is welcome. Everyone should come in. Today we're out in the show ring, we're showing hogs, and so that's what we're selecting here today. To me, these two are problematic because they're different, and I love the 500-11 gilt. Here's frame size, length of body, depth of side, ease of motion. You know, would you like to put a little more bone in that one? Absolutely you would, but really just a tremendous female, brood sow all over. The stout featured one out here would be the bigger bone, probably a notch more muscle out over her loin and out over her hip, and she isn't trained to have her head up like the other gilt. And I promise you, we put a junior showman on this one, and we have that head elevated and things. That one's going to look a whole lot different from the generation I come from. It doesn't matter to me whether the head's up or down. I'm going to evaluate them the way I see them. I know we're giving up a few pounds or maybe some days on that. I don't know. I don't know the birth dates of them. I'm going to go with the big-legged, stout-made one here. I think this one can offer the Hereford breed a lot. And I think both of these breeders complement both of them. Job well done. Young man, you know, you bring one like this and the judge puts you in the two-hole. Hey, I get it. You know, you got that little fire in your belly. But I love this gilt. We put a tick more bone on this one. This is one that can run a long, long ways. Two tremendous females. My third place gilt coming out here, you know, I really like this gilt. This is a short back type of a female. For me, maybe just one rib too short to go any higher, but there is a lot of breeding value in this one, and I think the young lady driving this knows that she's got a good one here. Big back, square hips, sound made. For me, make her a notch longer necked, notch longer sided, and I move that one up. As a breeder buying, that's one that's going to be on the short list. I want everybody to look in here. We've got a really high-end female right here. She just got one problem. But this is the tall-shouldered, square-made one with a really good hip and hind leg. She simply wants to take those hind legs, primarily that right one, and stick it up under her too forward, too far for me to go any higher. But that is, we fix that there, and she walks this class. But for me, we got to have feet and legs set up under them, and that's where I got a little tight on that one. Big back, square made one, just a little rounder out over her loin edge and out over her hip. Wide base, sound made one. We clean that one up, square her up. that one there, we move on up. Beautiful gilt coming out here next that the young lady's got. She done an excellent job presenting this one. And I'll just be real honest with you, as somebody that fairs hogs, breed hogs every day, this is the type that go into the fairing house, lay down and milk. Out here today, she wants to be a little rounder in her top in terms of from her blade out to her tail head there. Just soon like to level her out just a little, put a little more base width in her coming at you. But golly, this is a very beautiful gilt, great breed character, depth of body, really good in her lines. Guys, there's one, don't let it slip away if that one's going to be in the sale. We can drop the others out here. Two very nice gilts out here. They just got caught in a really good class. I just need to clean them up, fix them in those hind legs to move them up any higher. Please put your hands together. Job well done for everybody.
The end results real quick. Class 2, first place, Whipple Family Burks Transformer Anchor. Second, Dalton Haver Strong Arm Junction Box. Third, Malia Quisenberry Hercules on a Rum Runner. Fourth, Malia Quisenberry Rum Runner Gravedigger. And fifth, Adrian O'Dime Frat Boy No One Asked. Should be up to Class 3. These gilts are going to range from January 5th to January 20th. We've got a pretty decent little spread here. Should be 10 head in this particular class. First out's going to be Lindsay Dorr, 502.11 Transformer on a New Era. January 20th gilt. Next one out is that No Paint Brand?
I think that is one of the Clayton Gasigi gilts. They'd be littermate strong arm on a shot collar.
Should be Owen Smith.
Owen Smith, frat boy on a rumble, born January 20th.
$525.11. Weekly Family Show Pigs Cheesehead on a tank.
And that's another one of those Gasigi gilts again, strong arm on a shock collar.
Yep.
And they do have green paint number on the back.
Oh,
I
see
saw
that.
when they got over here close.
Overstake Family Show Pigs. 504.13 strong arm refresh.
I believe Owen Smith just caught a pen there. 522.11, frat boy on a rumble.
Quisenberry should be coming out next. 514.14. Hercules Rapid Fire.
And that one is going to be Ryan and Allison Bell. It's a Crooked Outlaw and a Crooked Karma. Born January 10th. 501.11.
I believe we pinned her, but she didn't catch that yet.
Nope, she is not aware. Let everybody get a little better look at her, I guess.
511.12 Hayden Sharp, Tex-Mex, Never Say Never. The last one out should be 523. It's actually 529.12 off the sheet. Sydney Hawkins, Strong Arm Playboy.
Bell got their gilt penned up. Clayton Gasigi is going to go 9th and 10th. They're two litter mates.
Yeah, staying consistent, starting with the bottom up again. Rework probably the top 3 or 4. Once we get through this particular class, we'll have one more class of Gilts, be the older ones, January 2nd to December 11th, and then, like we said, one class of Hereford Boars today. You know, the cattlemen's over there, I was kind of missing that last year, the cattlemen's food tent, but I am missing the root beer. Is it Wild Bill's?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of a staple with our boys. So.
I was not sure what to expect, not having a full fair, what kind of places they'd have to eat and get something to drink and whatever. But looks like they had a few places over there.
Yeah.
Not quite what you're used to at the state fair. I'd say you can go some places, and these 3 that are out here right now could be at the top of the class.
Yeah, I think you're right. Nice class here. This class, age-wise, yesterday was pretty deep as well.
They're going to drive all 5. Again, ones we got out here, Owen Smith, frat boy on a Rumble, Ryan and Allison Bell, Crooked Outlaw on a Crooked Karma, Malia Quisenberry, Hercules Rapid Fire, and then the 2 that are going to go in, Overstake Show Pigs is going to be 5th with a Strong Arm Refresh, and 4th is going to be Lindsay Dorr with a Transformer New Era.
3 really quality Gilts here on the top end. I'll tell you what, this 50111 is stout.
I don't think she was in the junior show,
no,
was she?
I don't believe so.
Ryan Bell, a guy that's done really good, especially in the Hampshire breed, but venturing into some Herefords. I know he's had a Gilt up here a couple times. He's got along good in the open show.
Yep. Yeah, they did a nice job. Really nice trio that could probably compete about anywhere.
Yep. I'd say if you're looking for a Hereford Gilt, you need to get here or call somebody. Send a bid in. Owen Smith's going to be 3rd.
2nd was Quisenberry, I believe.
I missed that. I think 2nd Quisenberry, 1st
I'll let Terry talk to you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, a tremendous set of Hereford Gilts, and I say that with all the respect. We've got good Gilts all the way down here. I think there's one Gilt out here, this 501 Gilt. She come out here and just commanded the ring. This is one broody female that can get out and go on all 4 feet and legs. This one's got a tremendous amount of depth of rib and center body. Underlying count on this one's excellent. She comes at you and goes away from you with the kind of power underneath. And then you get up high, you got no excuses. She comes up out of her blade into her heart, extremely good. This is one exceptional Hereford female, in my opinion here. Love the Gilt coming in 2nd here. Love the breed collar of this one. This one here comes out here and commands the ring. She did get overpowered in terms of body mass, but I really appreciate this one coming and going. She's wanting to tighten up just ever so slightly out here, but that one is square going away. She's square coming at you, balances up. Very, very good breeding hog. Now, to me, this here is one that was very intriguing to me. And the only reason why I put this one in the 3-hole is when I pulled in behind. Those hocks have got some swelling in them here today. Maybe she's been like that her whole life. I don't have that privilege of knowing, but she handles it well. But that I know is an issue out here that we all fight. I fight it as well. But this is a fat-legged one. She's not as clean out through her neck. She's not as long out through her throat that the two up above her. But guys, there's a big-time gilt. I'm sure hits the sale ring today. Going to have many, many friends. 520 to 11 is one I'd have on my list right there for a breeding hog. Love the 502 gilt. By golly, I tell you what, you want to look at one that's got a profile and a look and a design. But where I get critical on her is that hip and hind leg there. She doesn't hit the ground with enough authority for me to go up any higher. But I will say this, I don't know if there's an injury or something there, but this is one high-end Hereford female here that I think can make Hereford hogs better. She's tall, she's elevated, tall-shouldered. If any of them run uphill, there's one that does. Very, very good gilt to fall in the 4-hole. Love the length of body and frame size of the ladies' gilt coming out here in the 5-hole. Maybe doesn't balance up in terms of her bone work that some of the gilts do. But this is a brood female. This is one that you can take home, put that big fat-legged, maybe a tick shorter-bodied Hereford boar on this one, and this is one that should lay down, have pigs, and be a great mama sow as we move on. Big, deep-bodied, soggy-centered one coming out here next that you got to appreciate for just overall flesh and ease of growing. I mean, this one balances up quite well. Simply when you go down, foot size and bone doesn't match the hogs up in front, and that's why she's sitting where she's at. Outside of that, very, very good female. Next gilt coming out here. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I simply really like this gilt. This one's got more muscle than you can imagine. This one's got a ditch in her back. She got a big dimple out over her tail head here. She simply doesn't hit the ground coming or going square enough through her knee. Wants to push just ever so slightly on her hock there. But if you're hunting a Hereford gilt, you're tired of being tall and narrow, and you're wanting one to put some power into you, that's definitely one to look at. Young man coming out here, another nice stout-skulled, big-legged one coming out here next. Good length of body. Again, just feet and legs, so doesn't want to just plant them square as she hits the ground. And on the side profile, I'd like for her just to reach. But I love the top shape, hip shape into that one. And we'll round out the class, drop the other two out there. Very good females. They're just maturity pattern is farther behind than the others. Does that mean they won't get there? No, not at all. Plenty of bone, very sound. We just need to put a little more product in them, but two really good females. If you're wanting sows to go home and breed and raise pigs, right there they are. Put your hands together. Job well done for all of them.
This is the first call for those first and second place Poland China gilt exhibitors. We need you to make your way to the North Ring holding pens. First call for those first and second place Poland China gilts to the North Ring.
All right, yep, we're back. Fifth place in class number 3, Hereford Gilts, Overstake Show Pig, Strong Arm Refresh. Fourth place, Lindsay Dorr, Transformer New Era. Third place, Owen Smith with a Frat Boy Rumble. Second, Malia Quisenberry, Hercules Rapid Fire, and winning the class, Ryan and Allison Bell, Crooked Outlaw on a Crooked Karma. And we are getting ready to start Class 4, our final Hereford Gilt class.
Again, these will be the oldest gilts, guys. January 2nd to December 11th. First one, I believe, would be the Sidney Hawkins entry, 529.11. That's a Goshen He-Man. Or no, sorry, Transformer Flying Squirrel. There's a line off.
Is that the Odium gilt?
515.11, yep. Graham Odime, Inside Job, Red Baron. It's like another Whipple entry.
Transformer on an anchor is 505.12.
So what's your take? I've noticed some of them, it seems like these shows anymore, as far as hair and clipping and whatnot.
I don't know. I've had a lot of people ask me that, but like when we've been going, I guess we kind of just do the heads, leave most of the body, and maybe just do a little bit down the top line, I guess.
Yep.
But I don't know. It seems like hair is starting to become a trend. It's almost becoming like the steer game. You want some leg hair. Seems like the tail hair is the big thing now too. I don't know. I guess it's just everybody's kind of got their different opinions. That's kind of what we've been doing. It's just trimming up the heads a little bit.
Same boat. Looks like Allie Brunk will be coming out next. 5:28.11 deep end Family Guy. That Gilts out of Ever's mother. He litter mate to our 5th overall yesterday. Looks like we got 10, like we said, in this particular class. Next one out.
I'm not sure which one.
Paisley Tilton driving it. Let's see here. Yep, 5:26.11 Frat Boy Taco Truck. Really good skin and hair on that one.
Yes.
Good job, Darren.
I know he told me at our county fairies that he thought he had a really good one coming up here.
Got it dialed in. Coming in next, Graydon Sproul. Transformer Stronghold. 5:12.11. That Gilts had a great summer.
Yeah, I've seen her show quite a few times.
I believe she was reserve at the Recovery, 4th maybe at Expo.
Reserve at Louisville, I believe.
Yep. Really nice stout Gilt. Still maintained well. She was big early and done a good job of keeping that one pretty fresh and for a big mature Gilt. I think the Hawkins Gilt went in a pin as well.
I thought maybe he was pointing to a different one.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I might have to get that straightened out, but I don't know.
Like 5:03.12's going in 10. It's Levi Farmer, Final Say, Big Red Machine.
And then the other 503 Levi Farmer, Litter Mate, is going to go next.
Tilton Gilt's going in 8, 5:26.11.
Coming out of class number 2, first place went to Mackenzie Neal. Gilt sired by Jason Confused, back on Campbell. Sired December 21st.
5:15.11's going next. Ramo Dime, Inside Job, Red Baron.
Inside Job Boar's done a nice job this summer, too. I know we talked a little bit about Transformer, but
yep. Up there at Beeman's, yeah, did a nice job.
December 10th. Second in that class went to Derek and Caleb Arthur. This is the first home to those first and second place Hereford Gilt exhibitors. Please make your way to the South Range.
Sydney and Aso Dimes going in 5:13.11. Another Inside Job, Red Baron.
They're going to bring those
top
couple back out.
Yep. You guys have a fleet of them ready for the Hereford and Tam National? Are you feeding anything for it?
No, we do not. Nope, we sold about everything we had. It was on the Hereford, which is a good thing. That's if you're thinking about coming into this breed, that's one thing there is always a demand for is good Hereford Gilts in the spring. You can sell about as many as you can farrow. At least we usually can.
Yeah, and some of them elite show pig sales, invite deals. I mean, Hereford, several years back would be $500-600 gilts.
Right.
Now, good luck trying to get one for $500 or $600 in the spring. A good one.
Yes.
Not saying they're not out there. There is opportunities for everyone, no matter what entry level you're coming in. But the really, really elite ones in the spring, they demand a pretty premium. It seems like. Like the Sproul Gilt's going to win here.
Yep.
We'll let Terry talk to you once Jason finishes up on the other side. Again, the sale will start at 2 o'clock, guys. And any of these you're interested in, sure you get a hold of somebody here at the fair.
That 525 gilt that went into second is pretty unique. That one's extra stout. And that one was a Weekly Family Show Pigs, Goshen on a He-Man.
Goshen was...
that's the champion boar from Barker's out at National Show a couple years ago.
Yep.
I think Brett Reinhardt bought that boar.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with having your own boar and making some purchases and using them on your sows yourself.
Not at all. He's done a lot of that. Settled in, bought boards at the National Show, bought gilts, and kind of built his own little program there.
Do you want to enhance consumption, rib shape, body dimension, and overall bulkiness to your project, all while maintaining excellent gut health? Sunglow Stuffed is what you need. Pigs love the proprietary flavor compounds, and you'll love the results you'll see with Sunglow Stuffed.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, over here in the Hereford ring here, we got one out here in the center of the ring that come in here to play for real. This is a big-time Hereford type of a female that possesses a tremendous amount of agility and athleticism. I think this one here coming and going at you sets them up and picks them up and puts them down like she should. She looks like a female with all the extras. This one's got a big back laid up into her. Just love the style and balance of that one there. Take nothing away from the big-legged, stout-made one coming out here that the young lady's got here. She may have just got overpowered in terms of look and design. But that one you just have to appreciate as you bring her out here. That one there is just hip and hind leg is good. Young lady done a great job presenting. Love the third place one here, and justifiably could talk this one into the 2-hole. Probably just a notch better as you see this one coming right at you, but I felt she was just a notch rounder out over her loin edge and out over her hip, and that left hind leg. She doesn't want to hit the ground with authority at that, but I love the softness of structure, the quality of underline, and the range of motion and length of body that one has right there. The unique one stepping out of the 4-hole here, and you know, this is one that I mean, you have to love when you look at this one here. The front 2/3 of this one is tremendous. I mean, it's got a good female head setting on her, really elevated. Love the natural depth of rib and the curvature coming out of this one's loin edge into the center part of her body. And from there, when I pull in behind her, that's when me and her start to part ways. She's just too far out there pushing those hocks for me. I'm concerned of her being a mama sow, being able to have longevity. But if she does, that one there could make the next power boar. Make a great set of females. I'll let you decide that. A gilt here that is just a nice, functional, practical type of female here. Obviously, the skin condition and hair condition on this one could be a notch better for the ring today, but balances up, sound-made type of a female. Really nice gilt coming out of the 6-hole. Love the elevation on this one. Depth of rib, natural spread coming at you. She's just a tick soft for me up on those front pastures, and like to loosen her up and those hocks going away, but a tall-shouldered, deep-bodied type of a gilt, fast-growing, big center-bodied female here. Just need to fix her there off of those hind running gears. We can drop the others out here. Really nice class of Hereford gilts. Compliments to each and every one of them. Please put your hands together for each and every one. Job well done.
Again, a quick rundown of Class 4 there. Final class of Gilts. Class winner, Graydon Sproul. Transformer Stronghold, December 11th. Second, Weekly Family Show Pigs, a Goshen on a He-Man. Third, Whipple Family Burks, Transformer Anchor. Fourth, Allison Brunk, Deep End Family Guy. And fifth, Sydney Hawkins, Transformer Flying Squirrel. So, again, like we did on the spot side, go ahead and run these 4 class winners out and get us a champion reserve gilt, and then we'll work through that class of boars. So I think as we get these back out here, Ryan, it's going to be a really nice set of 4.
It absolutely will. I think you see all these class winners out here together. They're going to look, may not all look exactly the same, but their quality is going to be really deep.
No, and I don't mean to be repetitive, and a lot of people say, well, you know, a lot of numbers, but the quality's good. But it truly is today. I mean, at the top end of these things are really elite, really nice gilts. We'll let the PA announcer talk to you here on introducing them.
Ian Hereford gilt. Coming out of Class 1, first place went to Hayden Sharp, gilt sired by Strong Arm, back on Whiskey Wild, farrowed February 6th. Second in the class went to Malia Quisenberry. Coming out of class number 2, first place went to Whipple Family Burks, gilt sired by Transformer, back on Anchor, farrowed February 1st. Second in the class went to Dalton Haver. Coming out of class number 3, first place went to Ryan and Allison Bell, gilt sired by Crooked Outlaw, back on Crooked Karma, farrowed January 10th. Second in that class went to Malia Quisenberry. And coming out of class number 4, first place went to Graydon Sproul, gilt sired by Transformer, back on Stronghold, farrowed December 11th. Second in that class went to Weekly Family Show Pigs.
Well, I would say you were right. You get these class winners out here, and they certainly look the part.
Yeah, and I may eat my words. The first 2 class winners, don't get me wrong, are really nice gilts. But
I think
these last class 3 and 4, I mean, these gilts are just super stout, really dense, and just good in terms of body shape, spread up high, and can still motor for having that kind of power within this breed. So, again, all 4 of them, like we said, and are really good. But these top 2 are just super stout and can go and still have the show ring presence, but yet look like females will go home and generate for them.
I would say you'd be hard pressed to go anywhere and find maybe two that can rival that one on the top end. That's a good pair.
Terry's got her figured out. We'll let him talk to you once Jason finishes up there on the other side.
Have you wanted the option of mixing show feed on your own farm with your own commodities and with your own feed grinder? At 200 pounds per ton inclusion, Sunglow Show Base makes that dream a reality. With multiple diets listed on sunglowfeeds.com, we've done the nutritional work for you. Now all you need to do is make it happen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, over here in the South Ring, please look in here. If you're a Hereford enthusiast, a show pig enthusiast, or you're not a Hereford enthusiast, there's some females over here that are just tremendous. My hat's off to each and every one of you out here. I think this is been an excellent Hereford show. I know Ohio has some of the best breeders in the nation sitting over here, and my hat's off to all of you. There's one gilt out here that just trips my trigger in terms of just putting so much together. Looks like a brood sow. Love the frame size, range of motion. 512-11 will be your grand champion Hereford gilt here today. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Graydon Sproul. Champion Hereford gilt will need that second place out of Class 4, exhibited by Weekly Family Show Pigs.
Again, that was a pretty elite one there to go ahead and win. It's had a really good track record all summer. So.
Well, the second place gilt comes out there, and a big-legged, solid type of a gilt coming out here. But there is another female that was pushing our champion gilt. In fact, probably coming at you, sets him to the ground just a notch wider in the base. A big, thick, stout one. Your reserve grand champions, 501-11. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Ryan and Allison Bell for your reserve grand champion Hereford gilt. Hereford board exhibitors, we are ready for you to make your way to the South Ring holding pens. So those Hereford board exhibitors, please make your way to the Real McCoy Genetics South Ring.
Well, I'd say you called that one right. Had the pair.
Well, that's a really nice pair of gilts, and like Terry said, if you're interested and wanting to get serious about the Hereford breed, I would say that, and you're not available to be here, might want to get on the phone and try to get hold of someone as far as trying to get one of them two bought, and those will be a pair of generating females there.
Absolutely.
Again, we've only got 7 boars here, so not tremendous terms of numbers here, but do got one class of them. Looks like they're going to – pretty big spread here, going from December 29th to March 14th.
That is quite a big of a spread. It'd be interesting to see what the weight difference is on some of these, but Terry, he can get it figured out, I'm sure.
Once we finish up with the Hereford show, like we said, we'll finish up with the Chesters. I believe they're still working through the Berkshire show's finished, and they're starting on the Tamworth show on the other side, and then they'll have the Polands to work through. So, nice event here.
And you said they're starting the sale at 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock's what I've got down as far as what they had on the schedule to start the sale. If we catch something different on that, we'll definitely let you know. And like we said, tomorrow will kind of be a move-in day for the next session.
Yep.
So then we'll move into the crosses and Yorks and Hamps and Durocs and Landrace for session 2 there. And then, of course, our Barra show will be next week. Things are structured a little different this year, so I believe that the goats, market lambs, market steers, and market hogs will all be here about the same time.
Is that how I know that goats are normally before the fair even opens up. Yep. I wasn't sure if they had already came in or they had not yet.
There's a family from our county that they told me that the goat show, I believe, is the same time. So I'm assuming the market lambs is as well.
And they're having the goats down there in the sheep barn. I guess.
I've heard that the goats are being put in the cattle barn.
Cattle barn.
Yep. So just neat to see all the cattle out the viaduct and everything. It's kind of one of the deals here at the State Fair that always kind of look forward to it.
You should be in the South Ring holding pen and Hereford for exhibitors to the South Ring.
Indiana, I believe, is a week. Next week, I think, is when they start. Got a couple buddies out that way, so they'll be getting fired up out that way as well.
And I believe they're having a full go on their Indiana State Fair.
Yeah, and then as far as CPS events here coming up, I'm sure everyone knows Eastern Regional there, Labor Day weekend, Maryland. And like we said, that Hereford and Tam National Show and Sale will be the weekend before that. And then event we always like going to is the National Bears Show out in Austin. I believe that's going to be around the 18th to 20th there of September. Just really a neat event. The Hog College and the truckloads, and of course getting a judge out there. You judged out there as well.
I did not freshman year. I will get to this year.
This year?
Yep.
Okay,
So,
very good.
Pretty excited, looking forward to that.
Yep.
I had heard maybe winding down the National Bears Show. This might be one of the last ones. 75th anniversary of the first National Bears Show is this year.
Just a really neat event there that that fairgrounds when I first judged at Blackhawk there and went to that deal. They had some of them older buildings still there, and they've kind of added on and made a few new barns there. So just a great atmosphere and a good time there. I think we're almost ready to go. It looks like they got 6 of the 7 racked up.
Need one more. Oh, maybe they're starting without him. First one in is Kayla Overstake, and they have 3, so I'm not sure which one that one is. It looks like an older one.
Yeah.
That might be 504-1.
I believe so.
Which would be a strong arm refresh born January 5th. Next one in is Clint High Farms, anchor on strong arm, or strong hold, bred January 24th. And they're going to go ahead and pen that one up.
Yeah, it's kind of been Wade's project a little bit the last several weeks, trying to get that one broke a little bit and help Papadani out. So Luke Johnson's in the sulky here. I think this may be another overstake entry.
That would probably be their March Boar, 504-3, overstake show pig, strong arm on a war cry.
And I'm guessing this is their other one because that's Jesse Stewart showing this one.
Let me make sure we got the paint brands right.
I don't think Billy fed a Hereford boar this summer, but
yeah, that's 504-2.
Yep.
That would be the overstake Boris on a Mr. Buckley. And then you got the
Levi Farmer, I think, is the one we missed, 503-1. That's a final say Big Red Machine.
And the last one is the Quisenberry entry, Malia Quisenberry Hercules Rum Runner, born February the 4th.
I think the one we're missing is the Hendricks preferred stock, I believe.
And I don't see him coming up here.
Oh.
So.
Nope, I don't see him coming up either.
On these Hereford boars, you got to be careful a little bit sometimes. They can get pretty aggressive. So Terry's penning them up, avoid any boar fights.
Left the Quisenberry one out still, and said the one coming out here is Clint High.
Clint High, it's an anchor on a stronghold.
Yep.
And they're going to whip right. I think they're going to put that one right back into pen number 1. That's a good place to be.
This one Jesse Stewart's driving, like we said, is the 504s. I believe that's the 2. Yes.
Yes.
Boris on a Mr. Buckley. I have to watch the Walton playback on this and tell Billy she looks pretty good driving a Hereford.
There you go.
Get one in there next year. Luke here as well.
Overstake looks like they're going to head to pen number 3.
Yeah, that's the December boar, 5042. Have you guys gone out to the Fall Classic there in Duncan the last several years?
We have not, no.
Yep.
We haven't been out there.
That's another. They've kind of started that Fab Five with the babies out there, and got the Herefords obviously in the open show and sale out there as well. And it was a pretty solid deal last year. Not a tremendous amount of numbers, but quality was good and stuff sold well. So
I think that'll keep heating up too, especially on the Hereford side of it, as they keep allowing Herefords into more and more shows down there toward the south.
Yep. I think he's going to rework the top two.
Rework the top two here, which would be Quisenberry and Clint High.
To watch that one behind him, I think that's going to get pretty aggressive. Like Terry's got his mind made up. We'll let him talk to you here on the Boars.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have one class of Hereford Boars over here, and again, so complimentary always of the breeders putting these together, and you know, if you think it looks easy, I tell you, leave the testicles in them when they're little babies and grow them up and raise them and bring them out, and you know, it's very difficult. But I think over here in this ring, there's just a man-child over here. I think that you know, just demands attention. I mean, just big back, square hipped, really good range of motion. Would you like to bring him up off those front pasterns ever so slightly a little? But I'd rather have him just down just a tad than I would too straight. But this one here, he handles it. His center body, back shape, hip shape. Young man, you got a good one. Your grand champion boar is the young man right here in front of me. Congratulations. Really nice boar here that falls into the 2-hole here. You know, just got to appreciate the length of stride and length of body of this boar right here. He balances up well. Like to clean him up in his sheath ever so slightly there, but to love the range of motion. This guy's got a really nice hip and hind leg on him. Falls into that reserve spot very, very well. My third place boar coming out here. Love the frame size of this guy. Love the activity. This guy here, he's raring and ready to go. He knows what he is, and he's and yet he's still fleshy and he's thick. That tells you he's got the ability to grow. He's got the ability to breed. He's tall-shouldered, and just put a little more muscle shape out through his hip. That one there moves right on up. Another boar, the third and fourth place boars, a lot like in terms of frame size, elevation, back shape. This guy here is just a little narrower in his hind leg here as he puts him to the ground. Maybe it doesn't go to the ground as quite as square as we'd like, but a big frame, really nice boar. Long-bodied boar coming out of the 5-hole here. Got a lot of muscle shape in this one. More of a moderate package here. I just seen him a little more forward in his knee and not as comfortable out through his hind legs there. But I love the length of body. Got a really good hip on him. Young man here. Take nothing away from this boar. He is the youngest boar in the class. Just from a bone standpoint and center body, I just couldn't work him up. But I promise you, go back to this young man's farm, look at him in a couple weeks, you won't know him. This boar here will only do one thing, and that's get better. Please put your hands together for our Hereford boar exhibitors.
Congratulations to our champion Hereford boar, exhibited by Clint High Farms, and our reserve champion, exhibited by Malia Quisenberry. Chester White Gilt exhibitors, we are ready to start your show. This is the first call for those Chester White Gilts in Class 1. Please make your way to the South Ring Real McCoy Genetics holding pens.
Well, congratulations, champion boar, Clint High crew. With an acre on a strong arm, and the reserve champion goes to Malia Quisenberry, the Hercules Rum Runner. And those boars will be for sale later this afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, Anchor's another one of them boars that had a great summer last summer, and I know got used quite a bit this year.
Seems like a lot of people went back and used them after some of the winners they'd had.
Yep.
I know Swenson crew, not this summer, the year before, had a lot of really good pigs out of Anchor, and I think a lot of people saw that and decided to go back and use them. I believe the champion boar at Springfield was an Anchor, and so was Tom Smith's boar that was co-top selling. They were both Anchor sons.
Yeah, I believe Seth's son there at the summer deal there in Des Moines last summer, I believe had champion Barra and Gilt.
I think they were litter mates.
Litter mates, that was a really good pair. That was a nice pair of them, so done a nice job. Again, as we get into the Chester show here, guys, there's 2 classes of Gilts.
I'm going to run in and get a sheet. I did not pick up a Chester sheet.
Okay. 2 classes of Gilts to come at you, and then just 1 class of Boars. So class 1 here, birth date is going to range from January 12th to February 10th. So a little bit of spread again on this first class. Then we'll finish up with class 2, which range from January 10th to December 2nd. Looks like we only got 1 class of boars with about 3 heads, so.
It's going to go pretty fast here on the Chesters, I would say.
Yeah, honestly, though, the numbers weren't huge yesterday on the Chester side in the junior show, but quality on the top end was very good. Johnson crew there out of Wilmington had champion Gilt, really nice female. So Tamworth's going on the other side. I mean, the quality in them things was good too. So
that is a breed that has gotten exponentially better rather quickly, and they can compete with any of them.
Yeah, I mean, there was several Barras and Gilts this summer I've seen online that have been in the top 4 or 5. I think there was a Barra last week in Indiana, maybe reserve overall to county show. So as we get in this first class, first Gilt out here on the Chester side, 208.11, Boston Edgingfield. Cracker Jack, second fiddle, to January 20th Gilt. Second one out, looks like 200-11, Carly Reeves, Spotlight, dead center.
That's a no.
That's another
on the top.
One, yep. Tell you what, you get one with a pretty good enough groove, that'd be a little more challenging.
It would be. 214, one of the 214 litter mate Gilts, Cover Boy, box office, Ariana Miles. And that one's a 214.12. The one we did not get was the 212.11, Brett Scott, Cover Boy, God's Plan.
It should be 219.12 coming out next. William Brown and Family Enterprise box office. That Gilt's in February 1st.
203.11. Allison Loftus, Cracker Jack, custom made, February the 10th, Farrah Gilt. $214.12 is going to go into a pen there.
We fed some of these in the past, and the biggest challenge for me is just keeping them white.
Really?
Skin and hair. I mean, just some of these elite ones you see in the summer, man, you just really appreciate the time and it takes to get them things just
it's the same way on
point.
The Yorkshire deal. I would assume Landrace are the same way, but yes, keeping those white pigs white, out of the sun, and just pens clean.
214.11. Be Ariana Miles again, cover boy box office. That's a litter mate. 205.11. Anya Craft, ambitious first take. 204.11 coming out now will be Cade Craft, Cinco Bluegrass.
And that's all 10 of them from this class have now entered the ring.
Several AG herd marks in this one. On the top side, Armstrong Genetics do a good job out there in Illinois. A couple of them pinned back. You guys have any Chester females?
We do not. Nope.
Do not?
Haven't got into the Chesters. My grandpa really liked a Chester Gilt one time, though. That's the only time I've ever heard him be interested in a Chester. When he was at the National Barrow Show a few years ago, the Hog College Gilt was penned right next to us when we had the Hereford Hog College Gilt, and that's all he would tell me about the whole time he was out there. I was wanting to know how the interest was on the Hereford, but he would just keep telling me that, oh, Chester Gilt's going to the wash rack. I'm watching her right now. Man, she looks good.
Did he bid on her?
He did not. She went a little high. I think she brought $7,000, but
okay.
She would have been a little more affordable. I think he would have maybe stuck his hand up.
The Hog College deal out there is really cool, and then the fact they run them all out there, and they let the colleges pick their choice, and then the crowd choice, I believe. So it's really neat.
I kind of like what the Chesters did. If you were at Springfield, Illinois, Chester White Association had what was called Exhibitor's Choice, Gilt and Boar, and then everybody had entered a pig for the summer type conference, got a vote, and then that pig, if it was not the champion or reserve, was going to be third in the sale. So I thought that was a pretty cool deal.
I heard something about that. That was really neat.
Oh, watch out.
About had a takedown. Yeah, just coming up with different ideas like that on different things. I mean, give somebody else another opportunity, there to be kind of toward the front end of the sale. And
right, and it gives the buyers a little more maybe advertising on a boar. Maybe you could say that was the breeder's choice of the show.
Yep.
Something like that.
Again, we're kind of working bottom up. This class will have, like we said, one more class of Chester females to go, and then one class of boars there. So. It's like 219,
219 is going to go 7.
Yep. I think he's going 6. He ran
the
man over there 7.
Right. 5 with 208.11. It's Boston Eddingfield.
Yep.
It's a Cracker Jack second fiddle. And they're going to drop these two they pin back out. 214.12. Ariana Miles. Litter mate's still out there as well. 214.11. And then out of pen number 2, 205.11. That is Anya Craft. Ambitious first take.
One thing I've always appreciated about the Chester breed is, they never usually lack in terms of bone.
I was
getting
getting ready to say the exact same thing. That seems to be a Chester staple.
Yep.
They got big legs.
I think 214.11 went 4. So, Ohio State football, you're geared up?
I'm excited, yes, absolutely.
Yep.
I haven't announced anything about the quarterback, really. Kind of kept that quiet, but I would assume C.J. Stroud will be the starter, and I'd expect him to be, like most Ohio State quarterbacks, right there in the Heisman Trophy race.
211's going 3.
I did see the other day Ohio State got a basketball commit from a center, and now they have the #1 recruiting class in football and basketball in the country.
It's a tough problem. I got several buddies in Indiana, Illinois, but a couple in particular in Indiana that went to Purdue. They'd like to always remind me about the one bad visit we had out there.
Yep, absolutely. Purdue and then Iowa are the games that I can remember watching. Were not very enjoyable.
Yeah.
That one in the Clemson 31-0.
Yeah.
Was not very enjoyable either.
Really nice pair of gilts here, guys, on the top end. Let Jason finish up on the other side, and Terry will talk to us here on the top pair here. Good pair of gilts.
Have you wanted the option of mixing show pig starter feed on farm with your own commodities and your own feed grinder? At 650 pounds per ton inclusion, Sunglow Starter Base 650 gives you an economical option for the Sunglow Starter Protocol. With multiple diets listed on sunglowfeeds.com, we've done the nutritional work for you. Now all you need to do is make it happen.
Over here on the Chester side, we've got a pair of really, I think, high-end Chester White females. As we study them out here, I think they're two different types of females, and I think you could justify going either way. I think the gilt is just the most comfortable on her feet and legs around the ring for me, that balances up in terms of her natural base width, head carriage. The young lady out in the middle ring is going to win this particular class. I really enjoy the athleticism of this gilt. She balances up, a big back type of a female. Love the gilt that I've gotten second here. I think she's just harder to read because she's just got that attitude that she doesn't want to be out here. But I love the length of body on that one. I'd like to get in behind that one on that right hind leg. She wants to push that hock. ever so slightly, but that is a big-legged, square-made one that, I would look at that one pretty hard come sale time. Beautiful design female here. She simply didn't have enough mass in terms of her bone work to beat the two up above her, but that one's got a ditch in its back. Really good hip and hind leg onto that one, presented extremely well. Maybe like to just get up in that one's top line. She wants to ease out just a little, but definitely a high-end female that I like an awful lot. One of the biggest bone, tallest shouldered ones, most unique ones is dropping out here. And this is one that I wanted just to see how she would do going across the ring. She is the narrowest inner base of the top four. That's the reason why I put her in the 4 hole. But I think that one offers some unique packages, and appreciate that. You call it as you see it on this one coming out in 5. I tell you what, the young man here, he's got him a heck of a female here. I mean, that is a barrel-making machine as I see her. For me, just from a breed character standpoint, that's why I put her where she's at. You decide that is a big hip, wide base, big-legged one that can get out and go. That one offers a lot of opportunity. Sure not criticizing that one. That's just where I laid on that one. Come sale time, proved me wrong on that one. Gonna gilt coming out in 6 here. Really a tall-shouldered, feminine type of a gilt that doesn't have as much product as the ones right up in front of her, but a big-legged, Chester-appearing type of a female that I think can help a lot of people. As we drop 7, 8, 9, and 10, we can go ahead and drop them out. Really thick, nice set of females here. Just need to fix those hind legs, just a little more range of motion in them. Good class of Chester White females from front to rear.
Over here on the north ring, we're ready to
All right, your results from class number 1, Chester Gilts. In 5th place, Boston Eddingfield, Crackerjack, second fiddle. 4th place, Ariana Miles, Cover Boy, Box Office. 3rd place, Carly Reeves, Spotlight on a Dead Center. And 2nd place in the class, a littermate, Ariana Miles, to her 4th place gilt. It's a Cover Boy, Box Office. Winning the class, Anya Kraft, Ambitious First Take, aired on January 28th. This is your 2nd and final class at Chester Gilts here on the Open Show.
210-11, first one out, Nora Lamb, Sweet Escape Unsocial. Second one out should be the Dimes, 211-11. That's a Spotlight Box Office.
219-11, William Brown and family, Perfect Fit Jumper Cables.
Looks like 217-11, Kinsey Hancock Enterprise Trust First. Built on January 6th. I did get confirmation it's 2 o'clock is the sale, so I want to make sure, yep.
Plenty of time if you're out there to get some plans figured out.
206-11, Caleb Place, Cover Boy, Crackerjack. Should be Beckett Warner, 213-11, Box Office Hill Jack, January 2nd gilt. I think they jackpotted that gilt a decent amount. Got along pretty good, I believe, on the O-Pigs show circuit, which we haven't mentioned, but that deal's growing crazy as well. I mean, it's been good. I'm on the boards for that. When we started that thing several years ago, it was, maybe 2, 3, maybe push 400 head of the show, and I believe there were some shows this year that were pushing 800. So it just continues to grow, and appreciate all the support and help on that as well. 202-11, I think we missed that one. Danica Godorf, that's a rum runner out of the box. Should be Bannisters.
Bannister's painted theirs on the top.
On the top, yeah. 207-11. Kid Rock Whiplash, December 2nd gilt. That's a big stout burly one.
218-11 right here in front of us. Clint Finney family. Hill cover charge on a salary cap. Bannister family's been showing Chesters here for a long time. There's a
award always presented for their grandfather, and always do a tremendous job. It's like 2:10.11 went in 9th. So Olympic-wise, you've been watching them too?
I have been a little bit. Been watching a little bit of the swimming. It's been about, I guess, what I've watched.
I catch myself just doing work late at night watching ping pong.
Yep, some of those
all these
odd
other
ones.
sports. Yeah.
Been trying to keep up with the USA basketball, men's basketball team, but they have let me down a little bit. Lost some games they should not be losing with the talent that they have.
Yeah, there's some of them sports that don't get highlighted throughout the year that are in the Olympics, and you're just like, holy smokes.
Right.
Like that water polo. I mean, just unbelievable.
That's intense.
Oh, gosh. Looks like the dime Gilt's going 6. 2:11.11. Yeah, the dime Gilt's going 7, I believe.
And 2:13.11, I think, is going to go 6th. Maybe. Bringing out those top 3, except nobody's over there paying attention.
There we go. Lee and Brown and family, perfect fit jumper cables is coming out here of pin 1. And 2, 2:17.11 again, Kinsey Hancock, Enterprise Trust First. January 6th Gilt. And then Bannister family, Kid Rock Whiplash, that's a December 2nd. 2:18.11 is going 5.
This Bannister Gilt is really stout.
Yes. Huge-legged, square back in her, good shape. Still can flex and go pretty good, having that kind of power. Down to a final trio.
A little bit of age difference here. 2:17.11 Gilt is January 5th, about a month younger than the Bannister Gilt. And 2:19 is kind of right there, first part of January also.
Again, a pretty good trio here as we wind down the Chester Gilt show. We'll bring the other class winner back in for the champion drive on them. We'll work through that one class of boys. Brown Gilt's going 3, 2:17.2, and Bannister
wins the class.
Yep.
Sunglow For Sure is perfect for use in times of stress and when extra hydration from electrolytes and nutrition are needed. Start For Sure a week out from your target show by mixing 1 scoop in your pig's feed twice a day, and then mix in their water to hydrate heavily the day leading up to and on show day. Remember, if they won't drink, they won't win. Keep your animal and their muscle fresh and hydrated with Sunglow For Sure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, over here on the Chester side, I think probably 3 of the best females in one class that I've seen in a while in this Chester breed. I started off with a big, heavy structure. Gilt, is she perfect? No. Would you like to clean her up there in her neck and jowl? Absolutely. But this one here just offers so many positives that you can go across so many different angles. You want to make bears, gilts, boars. I mean, this one here's got some grow in her, length of body, length of stride. I think when this one hits the ground coming and going at you, just so impressive. Tremendous back and center rib. I just think this gilt's a tremendous female to start the class. Second and third become a whole lot more difficult for me. I felt this one here's gilt with just a side profile is just tremendous. She's wanting to tighten up here just the last few seconds out here. I'd like to change that about her. But this one's angles are right. She's deep in her side, tremendous quality underline. I think a beautiful profile, kind of a big ring look type of a female. We let out our third place gilt here. Definitely more mass up in her upper 1/3. Not quite as attractive out through her head and neck as the one right up above her, but definitely more base width. I love the range of motion of this gilt. As I said, these three gilts here, I think are Chester White females. If you're serious about the breed, making hogs better, this is a big back, big center bodied one. Absolutely no holes in this one. Really good vulva set. Got a great big root coming up out of her tail head. I think she falls into that 3-hole very, very well. The next gilt coming out here, again, another long-bodied gilt here. We just need to fix her there in those pastures coming in, going there. But quality underline gilt, good length of body. Push that chine bone down just a tick, and that one there possibly can move up just a tick. Love the frame size. Thank you, hon. Love the frame size of the gilt coming out here, natural depth of body. You know, this is a kind of gilt that's, you know, we fix her out through her ham there and hip and hind leg and make the range of motion of that one. I mean, this is just a high quality Chester White gilt. Big back, probably got as much true muscle shape as any gilt in the class. The next gilt coming out here, love the length of side on this one. It's got a really good face line, really good jaw line. Like to make this one a notch taller in her makeup, a little bigger in her bone, but really a nice functional big motion type of a gilt. The 7, 8, and 9 gilts, we can drop them on out. This is a high-end set of females here. We simply just get into some feet and leg issues here. Love the side profile of this gilt. Need to change her back. Really high set of Chester White females.
Again, run through those real quick. Class winner, Evan Bannister, Kid Rock, Whiplash. Second, Kinsey Hancock, Enterprise, Trust First. Third, William Brown and Family, Perfect Fit, Jumper Cables. Fourth, Danica Godorf, Rum Runner, Out of the Box. And fifth, Clint Finney and Family, Cover Charge, Salary Cap.
Oh, we're going to have those two class winners come back out here for champion.
We'll let the PA introduce these.
Gilt sired by Ambitious, back on first take. Farrowed January 28th. Second in the class went to Adriana Miles. Coming out of class number 2, first place went to Evan Bannister. Gilt sired by Kid Rock, back on Whiplash. Farrowed December 2nd. Second in the class went to Kinsey Hancock.
Well, as I stated in class, those top 3 gilts was 3 gilts that I really, really liked. And this 217 gilt, I mean, I think she's one of the most stylish females that I've seen today. As I stated there, she wanted to tighten up just ever so slightly out there as I was talking to them. We have the 205 gilt out here, you know, just really solid, basic, wide base, big-legged type of female there. Maybe not as attractive out through her throat and skull area as the gilt right above her, maybe just squaring her knees. So it just comes down to personal preference here. The gilt, I think, that hits me the best in terms of look and design, 217-11, will be your reserve Grand Chester gilt here today.
Congratulations to Kinsey Hancock, reserve champion Chester White gilt. We're now ready for those Chester White Boars. Please make your way to the South Ring holding pens.
Congrats to both of them and their families. Bannister's there on the champion and the Hancocks on reserve. Nice pair of gilts. Different, definitely in type and kind, but both have their unique pieces to them. So, again, we got one class of Boars, just 3 entries here. About the least amount of age spread of any class.
Yeah, good grief.
January 2nd to January 5th. So they were all in the Fairing House at the same time.
Missing one.
Yep.
If you brought a Chester Boar, you might want to get him up here because it's not going to take too long, I wouldn't think. There, like, looks like something's coming this way. No, he's going the other way.
We got 3 entries, Ryan and Allison Bell, Brett Scott, and William Brown and family. We'll get you the pedigrees as they hit the ring out here. So, again, appreciate everybody hanging with us through the shows today. Again, we've said it, 2 o'clock will be the sales. So if you have any questions or have anything you want to bid on, make sure you contact me, contact Ryan, anybody else who's here at the show. Kevin Went will be doing the auctions for us today. So anybody that's here, make sure you contact and get a hold of them. Definitely some pieces in here that work for about anybody, whatever flavor you're wanting to do. So they're wrapped up on the other side. You get the pullings done too.
I'm not sure what they're doing. Looks like if they're not done, they're taking a break or something. And we got the final boar here, and we are ready to go for the Chester Boar Show. First one coming in is 2011, Ryan and Allison Bell. It's a custom made on a U-turn, born January the 5th. Going to use the double whip.
That may be one of the biggest backs I've seen. That hog is a huge back.
Yes.
Yeah, double whip. Do you go double whip?
I do in the yard at home. I don't like to when we get to the show normally.
I've seen a double pipe before too.
Double pipe? No, that's more my style actually. I prefer a pipe. Sometimes I'll go whip and pipe.
Second one out was painted on top, but that should be Brett Scott, Spotlight, God's Plan, January 4th. And the last one there is William Brown and family, Perfect Fit, jumper cables. Again, they're just January 2nd to 5th, so not a lot of age spread here in this class. One of them will get shafted on a banner.
Yep. You got a pretty good chance, though. There's been some pretty good Chester Boars through the years come through this ring and sell at the state fair.
Yep. Seems like the pipe thing in general, though, just like on the junior side, I can't even tell you the last time I've seen somebody drive a pipe.
I don't think so either. That's kind of phased out of style.
When I was in 4-H, canes were still popular as well.
I haven't seen one of those in a long time in the junior show. Maybe a open show exhibitor. I know I had to be one of the last people to use a pipe for showmanship.
Tell you what, on the Duroc side, Howard Hackney always showing them big bred females had the world's longest whip.
Really?
It was always great, yes. It's like Terry's got them lined up for us here. We'll let him talk, guys, on the top end of the Chester Boars.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason and I, we want to come out here today. First of all, I hope you guys know what a good young man you had working in the North Ring, and appreciate you guys grabbing these young guys and giving them the spotlight. He's extremely talented, comes from a great family. They do a great job there at Crossroads, and but me and him have come together here, and I don't know if any of you realize it, and those of you that's in Walton land out there, but Brian Anderson has had a health issue. You can find it there on the Facebook, and but we just wanted to publicly come out here together, and we don't know if Brian's watching or not, but he can go back to the archives if he's not. But we would just like to take a moment we both believe in the power of prayer, and he needs prayer. And Lord says, wherever two or more gather together, that those results and his ability to listen and hear are just elevated. And I know us two guys, we're very thankful for Brian Anderson. It's a tough job. Those guys are in, all the CEOs of the associations. And so I think sometimes we put a tremendous amount of pressure on those guys to do the impossible. But we just want to take a moment and would ask everybody to pray, whether you're here or there, for Brian, for a full recovery and health, and for his wife and family. So at this moment, if everybody just bow their heads, take their hats off, and pray in your own way for Brian's full recovery. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate that. You know, here in the hog world, we're not ashamed of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We're not ashamed of him at all. In fact, we lift him up here, and we ask him to lift up Brian and his family. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it very much.
Wow, that was very powerful, and definitely repeat what they said. Saw that on Facebook there yesterday, I believe it was. So definitely in our thoughts and prayers, and for a speedy recovery. And just like they said, that's a very tough position, and a lot of different things coming at you in different ways. So really thinking about them and their family, and that was great of Terry and Jason to stop the show and do that. Just shows what kind of people they are.
Placing 1 through 3 have been entered in the sale, and Boars placing first and second in their respective classes have also been entered into the sale. That includes these Chester White.
We definitely all enjoy and thrive in this pig thing, but it brings everything in perspective.
It really does. It's good to be able to come together like that sometimes. And hope Brian gets a speedy recovery. He does a phenomenal job. This is his first year or so in the CPS, and he's done a great job.
We'll let Terry talk to you on the Boars.
Well, as we round out today, again, my hat's off to the Chester exhibitors, and really a good set of hogs all day. And I could hear Jason on the other side, and again, it's always an honor to be around him, and that whole crew is just solid people and good people. My hat's off to the Ohio State Fair for allowing us. You know, probably the nicest people in the world are over here in Ohio, and so many great breeders and friends. And you know, when you climb in the ring, you know, you've got relationships with a lot of people. And I just come here to judge hogs and to do my very best, and that's what I come here today. I do think we have contrasting boars out here, and I'm going to make your grand champion boar is the functional, tall-shouldered, problem-free. If you get up on top of this boar, you appreciate his loin edge and his hip and hind legs. 219-1 is going to be your grand champion Chester boar here today. No question, the 2011 boar, guys, he may top the sale. I don't know. I love the boar. But as a judge, feet and legs is always going to go to the top. You evaluating. This is a big, long-bodied, bold-bladed, big center body, big back guy. I will admit, the longer he goes, the better he gets. But those hind legs, you know, you just got to identify them. It's hard to make them like this. If that guy's hind legs flex and plant where they're supposed to, this is really good one. I'd like to see him come in his knee also just a little square. But the top 2/3 of this one is tremendous. He'll be your reserve. Put your hands together for the Grand and Reserve, 2 really good Chester White Boars. And out here, he would probably be third if there's 20 boars out here. This guy's got a ditch in his back, dimple up over his tail head. Guys, he just didn't quite have the range of motion that the champion boar did. Couldn't get around the power of the reserve, but that is a big-legged, square-hipped one. Congratulations, job well done.
Congratulations to William Brown and family exhibiting your champion Chester White Boar, and Ryan and Allison Bell for your reserve champion Chester White Boar. Again, as I mentioned, all breeds except for Tams, Gilts placing 1st through 3rd are consigned to the sale. Boars placing 1st and 2nd are also consigned to the sale. Tamworths are consignments only. If you want to consign your pig to the sale, you need to do so in the office, preferably before noon, so that gives you about 25 minutes to do so. It is $10 per head to consign to the sale.
Well, again, champion boar there, William Brown and family, perfect fit jumper cables, and reserve was Ryan and Allison Bell with a custom-made U-turn. So, again, appreciate everybody hanging with us. Ryan, it was fun. Had a good time. Again, 2 o'clock are the sales, and hope to see everyone on the other shows and sales coming up. Yep. Have a great day.
See you guys.
Thank you for watching The Swine Show at the Ohio State Fair. This has been a Walton Webcasting production, livestock like you've never seen before.